Welcome, everyone. My name is Ryan, and we are back playing. There it is, Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. Hello, folks. We got some friends in chat. Kenny's here, first in Twitch and on YouTube. What's up, buddy? Consolus, hello, my friend. Welcome to the stream, and Genera9's here too. Hi, guys. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me again. You guys are the very first. So, we are continuing our mutation run. This is one of many mutation runs that we've been trying to succeed with, but so far this one's been our best bet. We've actually got a vehicle, but taking a quick look at the mods here, if anybody's interested, and believe it or not, we've actually already found a mythical martial art too with this character, so I'm really excited for that. Hello, Sweet TM Gaming. Hello. Welcome, my friend. Thanks for coming by. Yeah, so if we take a quick look, it's called Diamond Mind, and if we go through the techniques, but they're not as important as the weapons itself, so it actually allows basically all the swords in the game and the spears too, very important, because I am a spear player. Anybody who's watched me play Cataclysm knows that I love a good spear, but we can have both, we can have a spear strap or a scabbard, both, even if we want to be really encumbered, but that's just one of our advantages. Also, like I mentioned, we've got a nice little diesel vehicle here, the Breaking Wind. It is in fact missing a fuel or an air filter, so this thing's got quite a bit of smoke output on it, hence the name. But hello, Jump Scare Wall of Text. What's up, Don? How you doing, my friend? Welcome. Thanks for coming by. But you can see we got a good charge. The tank is not quite full, but it's pretty close. Plus, there's several mine shafts within reach. We can get more fuel, but it's not in great shape. There are several parts of it which are basically shattered, if not completely broken. So in other words, we got to be very careful with this baby here. Now, in our previous stream, we were trying to figure out how to get to the refugee center, which is super close, but at the same time it's blocked by this little part of the city here, which if you know anything about Cataclysm, you know that the cities are densely packed with zombies, and even just driving through the streets could be a treacherous mess. Hey, what's going on there, OX? Hello, my friend. Thanks for dropping in. So planning to stay nomad for a while? Are you gonna go set up a base? Well, that's what I was just gonna talk about is, again, the goal is to get down there to the south, and then even farther south is the forge, just over here. It's up a little bit. Where are we? Where's the forge? Actually, it might have been to the north. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so the forge is to the north, but yeah, that's another thing we have to remember is there's a big wall of water. So in other words, I think what we're going to do is make this baby seaworthy. The best bet for us is to hunker down for a couple of days, get a bit of food stockpiled, and just work on the vehicle. Try and make it, like I said, seaworthy so that it can actually float and drive. I mean, it's drivable now, so we're already over the hard part. We just got to find a good source of nails and, of course, boards. Now, unfortunately, we don't know the location of a lumber mill, but there might be other options, so that's going to be what we're going with today. Let's see. Dawn says, I'm deep in my own wall of text. Code didn't want to code, so I get to rewrite everything. I'm sorry to hear that, Dawn. Well, hopefully we can keep you entertained here while you work. Raven, hello. I actually ended up watching Empire of the Sun. It was a great movie. One of my moments is when the kid gets slapped by the maid and realizes that the power dynamic no longer applies. Such a great performance all around. John Malkovich is such like a anti-hero in the end, pretty shitty character. And then of course, Christian Bale, just a masterful performance as a child actor. Really does show like that this kid, even back then, you could tell this kid's got a future. Absolutely great acting. But yeah, one of my favorite movies all time. I watched that as a kid with my dad, and I was young enough where my dad had to like explain all the stuff to me, like, oh, why is everybody afraid of that big white light? What is that? I didn't even know what a nuclear bomb was. So it was a pretty impactful movie for me as a kid, no doubt about it. But I'm glad you could stop by. Unlucky forge use distance, I know. Plus there's that big ocean or part of a lake or whatever that's looks like it's blocking it. So I think that the boat hull is the best course of action. I think first thing we're going to do, because it is early in the evening, we're going to come over here. We've already, oh no, we don't want to go through Sterling. We've already mounted this radio tower, but we're going to check out this sugar shack. I don't think I've explored that. That might be somewhere we can sleep for the night. Although, oh, we got an owl bear. Yeah, hold on. Honestly, I don't know. Just for sleeping, this rural house might be better, but we'll check both of them. Okay. Well, you know, it could be worse, too, to be honest, because the forge, I've sometimes had forges spawn so far away you can't even see them. They're not even, like, within 900 tiles, you know? So I think overall we're not getting too bad here. Thankfully, Tyrone are awesome and have provided all the source code on GitHub for me to disassemble easy work. Yeah, it's always great when the developers are pro modding, isn't it? It's really one of my like true tests for a game. I know not all games like have to have mods or even need mods, but the big ones, yeah, that's like I said, big test. How does a developer approach its modding community? Let's see. Yeah, that can tell you a lot about a corporate mindset for sure. I was on Reddit today, speaking of Tyrone, and apparently Microsoft hit some small game. I've never even heard of it, and the name escapes me now, but it's another block-based game, essentially a Minecraft spin-off similar to Vintage Story, but Microsoft hit this small studio with a copyright claim. So they were trying to get their game taken off Steam and all this stuff, and it's like no different, like it's very different than Microsoft's, you know, property, I should say, but Tyrone managed to stick up for him, and Microsoft actually, not necessarily directly because of Tyrone, but he certainly helped bring some visibility, but they actually rescinded their lawsuit and withdrew it. Yeah, that was it. Anulia or something like that. Exactly. Yeah. And like I said, I don't know if Tyrone directly impacted it, but I'm sure that, you know, his tweets and stuff about it couldn't have hurt to bring some visibility to it, because if they do that kind of thing to one block-based voxel game, then all block-based, you know, voxel games are under threat, including Vintage Stories. So, yeah, that was good to see. Standing up against these what is red phosphorus? Oh, this is something we need for like making bombs and stuff, isn't it? Or if you happen to be in a meth lab here, a mobile meth lab, boom. that's what we're in here. Look at these large storage batteries though. Oh, we're gonna take some of these real quick. Hold on. And I'm gonna grab all this stuff. I'll take the salt too. Salt's actually good for some recipes. Let's kick off the engine. Oops. I just switched out my keyboard for like a crappier generic keyboard. My good one broke, or it's acting up, so I have to get used to like this new keyboard here. Red phosphorus, an ingredient in the tip of matches. Great for anything with the fuse. Thank you, Genera9. Yeah, that's I remember when I first started playing this game, I was like, whoa, we can make grenades from scratch. So there was one playthrough where I like really focused and tried to make grenades from scratch, but didn't turn out. Although I did collect as many matches as I could get my hands on. But all right, let's go ahead and remove some of these batteries. Now, I don't intend on putting... Oh, crap, I need a tool with metal sawing. Well, we can still get the small car battery. Yeah, I was going to say I don't actually intend to install these. I just want these batteries for, like, when we set up a welding operation or whatever, if we have an arc welder, it's really helpful to have a large bank of batteries, you know. All right, let's drop that. Let's just inspect real quick. What are we looking at here? Okay, we got quite a few books we can read, but we've got a lot of work to do. We do have one solar panel. In terms of food, we don't have a lot. So we do need to, I think before we settle in and start building boat hulls, we're going to need to get a little bit more food and water going for sure. But overall, we look pretty good on medical stuff. I said, books are okay. We do have the Scroll of Ethereal Grasp. We got to learn that, too, at some point. I mean, I've got plenty of gas. Okay, just taking a quick peek at our gear, what we've got. Let's go. Got an extra stone spear in the driver's seat, too, poking me in the butt as I try to drive. Oh, that's right, too. Our character, take a look. Miniature Mongoose. That's her, everybody. Hello, Fossil Dash Studios. Started watching because of the Vintage Story Dino playthrough literally yesterday, only on episode 3, but saw you were live. Yeah, buddy. That's right, my friend. Thank you, Fossil, for stopping by. Glad you're checking out the Vintage Story Dino playthrough. Absolutely love it. And your name matches it very well. I love it. But, oh, and if you're interested, too, anyone out there who wants to know when I go live, I've got my schedule pinned in chat right now. So that pinned link will take you to my YouTube community page where you'll see my schedule for this week. So I'm going to be doing some Vintage Story Friday and Saturday. I'll be streaming Vintage Story here on YouTube and Twitch. But welcome. Thank you for coming by. Maybe some houses at the city border. Oh, you mean for taking boards and stuff? Yeah. I was thinking there's definitely a lot of good places. I wish we could find a lumber mill, because that would make our life so much easier. But you may or may not be a dino buff. Listen, I think the reality is all people are dino buffs. It's just what degree of dino buff are you? How much does it dominate your life? I do love dinosaurs. Maybe not dominate your life. Maybe that's not the right phrase, but I should say, what percent of your day do you spend thinking about dinosaurs? You know, and for me, that's a fair portion. I'm not going to say it's like a majority, but it's there. It's not zero. You know. All right, so let's see. We've got a crappy looking military vehicle. Not even worth stopping for. But yeah, if you're new to Cataclysm 2, Cataclysm Dark Days is Ahead is a open world RPG roguelike game in the old style of roguelike. But it's extremely punishing and difficult, but it is free to play. It's an open source game. Really, really fun and punishing. Like I said, I die a lot. So right now my goal is I'm taking things slow and trying not to die. And we've got ourselves a vehicle right here. Uh-oh. Okay, we do have some zombies. I didn't even consider... Okay, my health is good. We're not bad. There are going to be some Zeds here at this sugar house. So let's kick the old fartmobile, turn it around. Let's park it at the end of the street, and we're going to go ahead and hop out. Let's do some dirty work. It's time to put this new mythical martial art to the test, people. All right, so I've got that bound to S. I got my flashlight on for some reason. Now, let's check our encumbrance real quick. Looking good. Currently, I got my spear strap, my AR-15 as a backup, and our hiking backpack. That's not bad. That's not bad. If you like chicken, you're a dino buff. Just a modern one. That's true. Theropods. Let's see. I have some old rocks and collect fossils and collect dino figures. So I'm only slightly obsessed. That's funny. You know, when I used to work in healthcare, I would go outside and walk around because healthcare shifts, anybody who knows those, they're usually like 12-hour, 14-hour shifts. So you get bored. There's a lot of downtime. And I would go in the parking lot and they had like those rocks, the little just landscaping rocks that they fill like areas with, which aren't flowered or hedged. And I would just comb through those. I would just kind of kick rocks around looking for little fossils because you can find tiny little, marine fossils mainly, obviously. Little shells and worm tubule creatures and stuff. It was always so much fun. But anytime I have a chance where I've got just downtime and access to like a large rock area, I'll just look, You'd be shocked how common they are. But you do love chickens too. You have chickens. Oh, nice. All right, let's take this zombie out in the most careful way possible. We'll use some terrain advantage. We're already using the exhaust from the fartmobile as a cover here. Kind of like a ninja, but a stinky ninja. All right, let's pop off. Come on, buddy. Get in the bush, why don't you? There we go. All right, look at this. Let's read some of this. You find a weak spot, critical, weak point, strike for 25 damage. Yeah, see, we are currently using that mythical martial art, people, so we got to pay attention. I want to see these fancy moves in action. Now, of course, too, It's all descriptive. We're using Diamond Mine and we've got access to all these different moves, but they just proc on their own, you know, they just happen. And we just kind of have to pay attention to the text. You have some petrified wood from a petrified national forest. That's pretty cool too. It's funny to think just how many trees have existed over the course of Earth's history, and yet how so few of them have petrified. Just goes to show like how rare the conditions for true fossilization are, you know. And just how lucky we are to find anything, basically. All right, we got a zombie dwarf. He's got terrible eyesight, so I've lured him over here to the bushes. Come here, little dwarf. I called him little. It's an insult for a dwarf. They're stout. They don't consider themselves little. They're portly. I may or may not have just picked it up. Oh, the petrified wood. Be careful, buddy. Be careful. Those are federal parks. Now, I remember reading something about two people who went to a park in like New Mexico or something, and they went through, and it was one of these areas where the stones are all like they just built up in strange formations, and they actually knocked over one of the stone formations, which was like a famous tourist area, and they took selfies doing it and posted it on social media and eventually got charged with federal crimes for doing it. But either way, I think you're probably safe. All right, let's see here. We got a zombie runner coming through, hardcore. Its philosophical nature, we consider it lucky because we found a use for it. Wait, what's Don talking about? Just a moment. Wait, what are we talking about, Don? I think I'm a little bit behind here. I was talking about something now I've forgotten. Let's use the tables here. Get up on that table, dude. Uh-oh, he hit me. No, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, very little damage. Okay. Nicotine. You know, we do need to start considering, like, looting opportunities for trade. Because if we're heading to the Forge and the Refugee Center, we're going to need some trading. And so, oh, I'm sorry, Don Dub. We're talking about fossils, obviously. Wait, its philosophical nature, we consider it lucky because we found a use for fossils? We never found a use for it. Oh, fossil fuels you're talking about. Huh. Okay. Interesting. All right, let's move here. Now, one good thing is this maple syrup actually does trade for a decent amount. So we will be grabbing that. There should be a decent amount of food here, too. Oh, yeah, we got some tools. I really need to find a hacksaw. Oh, these 60-gallon tanks here, too. Those are going to be really nice and helpful. Get over here. Okay, she can't get to me. Come over here and walk over this table for me. Walk over that table right there. There we go. All right, what do we got? I'll take the multi-tool, the food. I actually don't think I have any laptops. And let's grab the MP3 player, and I'm just going to pop that on. Listen to a little music. As a fossil lover, anything important should be in a museum. What I got is purely personal importance. No problem. I totally get it. Understandable, my friend. You know what? They've probably got tons of that stuff just sitting in like the gift shop for sale, marked up to like a crazy high price. So don't sweat it, my friend. I don't judge you. We'll grab this pot just because I don't know if I have a cooking item. All right, we got a couple more rooms to clear, but let me just check this out. Grab that hammer. We're also going to take that step ladder with us. Oh, yeah, we got maple syrup here for days, people. We also got logs. Let's peek our head out back real quick. Okay. Yeah, we got a couple more rooms to clear, and then we'll start looting this place real quick. Good. Okay, nothing in here. One more room. Hello? Okay, we're clear. Let's put our spear away. I'm going to turn off the flashlight. Actually, on second thought, let's leave that on for now. Okay, what do we got here? Give me the mayo, the lemonade, and the jars. We'll definitely take the jars for making Molotov cocktails. More syrup. We're going to want syrup for trading purposes. All right. Hey, Luke AJR, how's it going, my friend? Ever played Cataclysm on the phone? Useful interface, but all log and other screens are not visible. I have not played it personally, but I have seen it played. There's one or two channels on YouTube who play Cataclysm on the phone, so I've watched a couple of videos on it, but never tried it myself. Although, if I ever get into like a situation where I'm super bored and I need a game to play, I definitely can see myself installing Cataclysm. Even though, like you say, there are some limitations to it, obviously, but appreciate you stopping by. Pancake and waffles and a maple syrup distillery just seems hilariously stereotypical. Absolutely. Well, what else would you expect, you know? Turtle soup and toast? No, 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 no. Waffles and pancakes, baby. There's also usually like maple candies and stuff. These tanks right here are actually filled with maple syrup, but it's extremely helpful. The sugar factories can have some really helpful loot in them. These barrels alone are going to be worth their weight. Let's go ahead and unload these little charges, and we'll put these all into one here. Okay, pour into container. Okay, so we've got 1, 2. Okay, there's 3 of them. Can I drag these? Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of maple syrup here, people. Lots of syrup. Do I know about labs? I am aware of labs, yeah. Let's see. I know the mail. Fossil, I don't know if you're familiar with this game much at all, but you'll be shocked by the amount of different loot and just varieties of stuff you can get in this game. Everything from food to weapons to just general crafting. But, alright, let's see here. Grab that flashlight. Actually, let me get that too. Activate that. I guess we can turn our light off now. Yeah, let's go ahead and knock out this road map. Take a look at this. And yeah, this character is actually a mutant, or she soon will start to mutate. If we take a quick look at her traits here, we do have genetically unstable, as well as robust genetics, and she has a mutagen gland on her. So we chose this during character creation. She has feline genetics starting to pump through her veins, so she should start to develop cat traits. One thing I'm learning is that adventure story devs are not shy about null pointers. Makes me nervous. I don't know what that is. Kind of cool. The options look like code, but personally, as someone with dyslexia, it makes it somewhat hard to read the different. Yeah, I remember one of my coworkers one time dropped in on a stream and commented and said it looked like we were doing coding stuff when we were playing this game. This game actually is an ASCII game, if you're familiar with what that is. But we do have a tile set currently overlaying things, so the character isn't just like an @ symbol, but the user interface over here very much still incorporates ASCII components. You know, this is a little mini map right here of what we're actually looking at on screen in an ASCII layout, but it's in a lot of ways it's got some similarities to Dwarf Fortress, not so much in gameplay, but just in the fact that it is a free-to-play game, and it's an ASCII game, and of course it's extremely deep. Like, what it lacks in graphics, it definitely makes up for in complexity and depth of systems, you know? You played games like that, reminds me of D&D. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, there's so much to this game. There's vehicles, there's mutations, there's magic, there's bionics. There's, I mean, just and of course, the game itself takes place in a world where every cataclysm has happened. So not only are there zombies, but there's mutant plants, there's giant insects, there's aliens which have invaded, there's slimes. So you can encounter a huge variety of enemies. I mean, the world is so deadly. You know, you're constantly in a struggle for your life. All right, so we're gonna. Oh damn! I can't get the maple syrup in there. These stupid trunks don't hold enough stuff. Hold on. Let me unload some of this syrup. I'm gonna go nuts playing around with maple syrup. So I've got 2 tanks of it. Put that into that. Okay, now I can move this one. Actually, let's just take them both out of there. Can we do that one? Yeah. Okay, that almost filled it up completely. Boom. That's good. We're going to have to leave some here and come back for it. Oh, but that's okay. I'll leave myself a little note here. We'll say maple here for trade. Yeah, if we get some boat holes on this vehicle, we'll be able to come back here because there's actually water access to this river. Boom, right here, just to the south. So we should be, and it actually might not be a bad idea to pop over here and just see if there's anything interesting, any good source of nails or boards or anything. Let's see. Computer programs tend to explode when they encounter a null pointer. It's the difference between poor water. Okay. The ventilation was 2 layers and small pull downs. Also a huge corridor. That's interesting. Yeah, the labs can be quite diverse and deadly in this game. Got to be careful with those. They have no art, just story stats and math. Yeah, those are the kind of games I prefer. I mean, I do like good graphics, you know, but let's see here. I'm definitely into games that have a lot more depth to them, you know, and replayability. You know, I have friends who don't want to play anything but like the latest Call of Duty or Battlefield games. You know, if I even tried to get them to play like Minecraft, they would scoff at it because of the way it looks. But let's see here. Can't find out about those type of labs. Also, you got a mutant. Yeah, we are playing with the mutant, but she hasn't mutated yet. We're still only on day 4 of our playthrough. Yeah, this is only my second live stream with this character, with her in particular. So, actually, let's backtrack. I'm going the wrong way. Let's go back up here. We're going to investigate this cabin. This is probably where we're going to sleep for the night. So let's see. We got some people in my game. In my opinion, this game is the best survival game out there. Right on, Woodbine. I agree with you. It is definitely top notch. And you know what's great about it too? It's really versatile in a sense because the mods, like, if you want to go with just like a strictly primitive survival focused where you just like start off with sticks and stones, this game can do that if you have the right mods. You know, just install Innowoods, or you can play the way I'm playing, you know, or if you want to go even crazier and add in magic and vampires, there's mods for that too, and dinosaurs too. There's actually a dino mod for this game. But let's see. Alabama's song is long dark. Right now, Luke, the short-term goal is to make our car here floatable so that we can drive over the water. And then after that, once we've accomplished that, I'm trying to get to the refugee center and then eventually to the Forge of Wonders right up here. It's going to be a bit of a trip, but this forge holds a lot of wonders. Yeah, there are dino mods. You have to install them when you start the world. So in other words, I can't go back and install them at this point. But here, let me just show anybody. Here's my current world mods. But yeah, there are dinosaurs for sure. In fact, like I was just mentioning the Innowoods. I have an Innowoods series that I just finished on my YouTube channel. And I have dinosaur mods installed in that playthrough. And it was a very challenging playthrough. It was a lot of fun, though. I do love it. Definitely a game where you can get experience you want out of it. That's true. That's true. And if you don't like the current build, because there's also a lot of complaining in the Cataclysm community, justified or not, about the development. But there are also different forks of the game. So there's Dark Days Ahead, which is what I'm playing. Then there's also Cataclysm Bright Nights, which is a different fork. It's like an earlier kind of a version. I've never played that one. And then there's even Cataclysm The Last Generation now too, which again has taken like some of the mutation systems and changed them back to how they used to be. So it is a really versatile game. It's also extremely hard. All right, so let's focus in here. I don't know what's going on at this place, so let's turn off our music so that I'm not as distracted, but Jesus, look at that trail of smoke. Now, I wonder, does this expired fuel filter Does it affect my fuel efficiency, you think? Or the air filter, does that affect the fuel efficiency? Am I burning? I mean, I do want to get it changed. At some point, I do want to fix it. We got a couple of books inside. That's interesting. I like to do a quick, just perimeter sweep, make sure the building is cleared of hostiles before we start to loot everything. All right, we're infiltrating the building, people. Let's go. What kind of loot are we looking at here? I'm going to be grabbing stuff for trading. We got a couple of books. Give me the books. One of my favorite things about this game is the books. There's novels you can read just for recreation, but then there are also training books. And I love it too, because if I was in a post-apocalyptic world where I was just trying to rebuild, I would be getting my hands on every book I could, technical engineering books, science books. Even cookbooks are important, You want to have a good recipe for pot brownies when you're walking around in the apocalypse. All right, we'll grab this. Cool, a game for you played for over 10 years, on and on. Hey, what's going on there? EI Mitan, hello, my friend. Welcome, welcome, buddy. Knowledge is power, that's so true. Yeah, the books are one of my favorite parts of this game. There's a lot I love about this game. I discovered it about a year and a half ago, thanks to some chatters and commenters just recommending it. Excuse me, and I've been playing it nonstop pretty much since that time. Loving every minute of it, too. So we've got a bunch of clothing here. I'm going to be looking for anything that is made of lycra or synthetic. And also leather would be helpful too, because we're going to be breaking down most of this clothing. Yeah, pot brownies are in this game. Let me just real quick show you some of the crafting. We're not going to do any crafting fossil, but just to get an idea. So we're looking at the crafting. Each tab here represents different, stuff, food, chemicals, electronics, armor refers to like all clothing. But then here's the food. So just pay attention to the amount of food that you can cook in this. Now, keep in mind, these are just the recipes we start the game with. There are also recipes like pot brownies are one of those where you have to find a certain book to get the recipe, to learn it. So there's also recipes which aren't included here yet. So look at this. We're just in the R's right now still. The amount of stuff that's in this game. It's insane. So yeah, and that's just the food category. If we go over to like electronics, I mean, you can make an absolute buttload of different types of weapons and armor. It's insanity, bro. Filter should be requiring how much fuel the engine is getting. Oh, okay. So if it's expired, probably affects the fuel's max horsepower. Might have a chance just not to start. Thank you, Don. You like gathering knowledge after the end of the world? Then boy, do I have a game for you. Project Zomboid. What's up, Raven? Yep, the mention of gathering books to rebuild made you think of it again. Well, I've got good news for you, buddy. Hold on. I decided to do an overview of how the forks of D&D doing nowadays. Currently checking Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead as a technomancer. Currently powering a whole bunker with a few spells. That's awesome, buddy. Yeah, I'd be interested what your critique of the different forks is. Like I said, I've never played Bright Nights myself, but I love this and I did try Worm Girl's Fork. What's it called? The Last Generation. I did play that one a bit, but I just really, really preferred this version. It's the one I started with. I'm most comfortable with it. And I still have a ton of fun playing it, and it's a super hard challenge, so I don't see any reason to switch it up, but maybe that'll change, in the future. Grab all these books here. Oh, yeah, but no, I was going to mention Project Zomboid. I logged in yesterday and played some, and I recorded a video. It's just me basically getting used to the game again, trying to get combat down. So I don't know how entertaining it would be, but I'm thinking about uploading it there, Raven. And I'm definitely going to be doing some live streams for Project Zomboid in the future. Here, I'm not sure. But, another game that I've just recently been playing, too, that someone mentioned in chat is Tales of Mayal, which is another roguelike. like really hard, intense roguelike game. Lots of fun though. Been giving that one a go around too, so I might be doing some videos for that. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, Project Zomboid. It's one that I've never been able to get into, but it's mainly because of the controls. Like I gotta get used to the controls. So I really just need to force myself to play it. You know what I'm saying? More and more. All right, so we are going to spend the night here. It is currently 5:30 p.m. and we don't want to be out driving around after dark. That's very dangerous. So we're going to use this abandoned house that we just cleared as a night, place to sleep. It's not our permanent base, but there's a bed here, so this will be a good place to hold up. But it's still too early. We're not very tired yet. We're just lightly weary, so we're just going to be reading some books until nightfall, maybe doing some light crafting. Oh, maybe I can make some more, what's it called? Molotov cocktails. Yeah, let's grab this t-shirt. Let's cut this t-shirt up and we'll make some Molotov cocktails with it. Disassemble. Assemble everything. Beautiful. Cotton patches. That's what we need. Hey, greetings from Finland. What's up, buddy? The Mr. Kukuanan. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that, but welcome, my friend. Hello from the United States. I love Finland. I've played several great games from Finland. The Unreal World, Noita come to mind right off the bat, but thanks for dropping in and saying hello. Loot Goblin. Oh yeah, I'm definitely Loot Goblin. This game will fulfill your Loot Goblin, every Loot Goblin urge you've ever had, buddy. Trust me, trust me. All right, so let's come in. We're going to make some Molotov cocktails because, well, they're just an absolute amazing weapon. Very disposable, but also very deadly. We're going to use those. All right, now I've got 5 Molotovs in my pocket. We're going to favorite those. I'm very harsh on Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Still not a big fan of how they decided to go with this game, but the main branch has some very interesting modes like mods like Zedra Evolved. Understood. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's unfortunate because I know that there's a lot of criticism with the development of this game, but at the same time it is like the one that has the most mods and stuff available, which can kind of be a pain in the butt if you like a different version, but you also really like one of the mods. All right, so let's have a little dinner. Drink some tomato juice, eat some popcorn because it's getting old, and a can of pork and beans. Now, here's one fun thing, too, for the new people. Again, I've mentioned just how much depth this game has, but it does track calories, too. So you have to get a sufficient amount of iron, calcium, and vitamin C on a daily basis because you can get ailments like scurvy in this game. I've had characters get scurvy before because I'll just eat meat constantly, but it tracks vitamin as well as many, many other things too. Let's see. Very good for teaching you what every playthrough will come to. Oh, you found me because of my Unreal World series. That's awesome, Mr. K. I'm just going to call you Mr. K because I can't pronounce the name. But, yeah, Unreal World. That was one of the games that I played a lot early on in my channel, and it really did help to not just establish me on YouTube necessarily, but give me confidence, give me a lot of practice in making videos and producing stuff and interacting with an audience too. So I do love I do love Unreal World, and I will play it again. Hey, David's here. What's up, buddy? So, it's the same character as the very last stream. Yeah, we're still with Mini Mongoose, our mutant. She is the feline. We gave her that mutagen gland for feline. I think you were with us for the last one, David. Yeah. But she's still alive, buddy. We're only on day 4, going into day 5. Man, oh man, but we're trying my best here. So we made some Molotovs. Actually, you know what I want to do? I keep going back and forth, but let's go back out to the car. Maybe we'll spend most of the night in the car and just sleep in the cabin. Hello there, Jason Chance. How's it going, buddy? Vitamin B is important for being able to feel limbs, also anemic. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have all the vitamins, just those 3 that I mentioned, but I still think it's better than most games. Most games don't have vitamins at all. All right, but yeah, it is the ultimate survival. All right, so I'm just going through and reading all these books. Let's drop them all. Okay, now, what are we looking at here? This is a classless spell, and it's actually an offensive spell. I think we're going to grab that. Let's grab our scroll of... Where is it? Is it my inventory? No. Also, why am I carrying those? Let me see here. Where's the scroll? There it is. All right, we're going to take that inside and learn this magical spell. It might take us all night. It might actually get done in the next 15 minutes, but just to be safe, I'm going to pop one of these glow sticks, and let's start reading. Let's go. This will be our first magic spell, I'm pretty sure. There it is. We learned it right at 8 p.m. So if I hit Q, that brings up Ethereal Grasp. It is a level 1 evocation spell, but it's classless, and it's got an 81% chance of failure at level 0. Did I say it's level 1? It's actually level 0. I think we can level it up like immediately, though. Did I? No, it still needs to be cast a couple more times, but yeah, there's magic in the game thanks to the Cataclysm mod right here. This one in particular. So in the base game, there is no, but this mod is included with the base game. You can install in any world that you want. Mind over Matter adds psychic abilities. Yeah, we did fail, you're right. Mind over, we still should get a little bit of experience from casting and failing, though. You still do get a tiny bit of experience toward leveling a spell, even if you fail. So it's possible to level it up when you fail. It's just, it's like I said, very, very little XP. Hey, what's going on there, ND? How you doing, my friend? Oh, I'm sorry, EI. This is neither experimental or stable. It's really stable, but it's also experimental. So I'm playing on 0.I, the stable release candidate. So Herbert is the current stable version, but the next version, which is going to be released, which is the official stable version, is going to be 0.I, and that's what we're playing, but it's just like a pre-release, like, you know, test version. You can get it with the Kata launcher if you're playing from the Kata launcher. Hey, indeed, thank you for the super chat, my friend. That's awesome. Bro, I appreciate that. $10. Thank you. Very generous. You're welcome. I'm going to be streaming some of this game tomorrow, too. And if anybody's interested, my streaming schedule is pinned in the chat for you guys. But thank you, everybody, for coming by and joining me. Yeah, any more questions, too? And I'm sorry if I missed one of your chats. I apologize. If you got a direct question or something, don't forget you can hit @Hardware Despair, and it'll kind of pop it up in a highlight for me. You don't have to super chat necessarily or anything like that, but @Hardware Despair. If you got a direct question, I'm always happy to answer them. But all right, let's see. It is tired, or we are tired. It's 8 p.m. We've still got time on this glow stick, so let's close that up. Maybe we should try casting this a couple more times. And let me just show you here too. This is our mana bar. Again, we're talking, this is an ASCII representation. You pay attention to the way that this bar depletes as I cast these spells, though, and you'll get an idea of how this functions. You can see that the number symbols are depleting first, and that's like the first layer of my mana. Now we're getting down to the very bottom, the last bit of my mana pool here. But again, I do gain a tiny bit of experience each time we fail this. Yeah, our current experience is 77. Here's what we need towards the next level. Oh, got any more movie or TV recommendations? Raven, I sure do. In fact, Kenny was asking me what some of my favorite movies are recently, and one that I always recommend, and I'm pretty sure most people haven't seen it, is called A Quest for Fire. Quest for Fire. It's an older movie, and it's about a Neanderthal society. I don't want to call them Neanderthals, and they're not really actually human, but it's like a prehistorical society, pre-technology. It's a really good movie, though, but it's a strange one. It's not for everybody, but it is one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. Quest for Fire. You can probably find it on Prime or maybe some streaming services that keep like a deep library, but yeah, I do use the Kata launcher. Let's see. Pretty good catching chats. Well, thank you, Fossil. Homo erectus. It's in that. It's not. It's never explicitly said, I don't think. But I think it would be more accurate to call them Cro-Magnon men, which is technically Homo sapiens. It's like us, but just like the prehistorical version of us. But like I said, that's not really what's relevant about the movie. It's just a really, really it's out there. Like it's a crazy movie, but I absolutely love it. Check it out. Check it out. All right, let's get back into it here. I'm trying to do a little practice. Oh boy, all I got is unarmed. That's why. That sucks. Don't really see much reason to practice unarmed, but I guess I will. I'm just trying to pass a little bit of time. Huh. Kind of surprised that I can't do any kind of like health care right now. Athletics, bandaging. Oh, do I not have any bandages on me? What the hell? That's weird. Hold on, I gotta go back out to the vehicle. Shouldn't be walking around with 0 bandages on me right now. I think I recently, switched out my backpacks, and I think I dropped some important stuff. Oh yeah, we got some here. Okay. I'll probably want to make some bandages too. Maybe that's something we can do here real quick. Let's grab these 2 sheets. Take them into our room here. Let's drop the sheets on the ground. We'll cut these up. What did that give me? Oh, wait. There we go. All right, now we can make some bandages. If we search for band. Let's see, we'll do some regular ones. No. There's a massive spectrum of species designations between where we started and where we are. So yeah, it's largely semantic. True. And they constantly find more too. It's funny. But the human fossils, like a human fossils, very rare. Very, very rare. Let's see. Here we talk a bit about the Dino series. Oh yeah. How species are designated as anything that can breed together, and yet Neanderthal is clearly in our DNA, so is in our own species. Yeah, you're right. That's a good point, because biology and taxonomy, no, all science, if you think about it, is really just a human imposition of our own language models and structures of understanding onto the physical world. Because like you said with species is a good example. We often define species as 2 animals that can't interbreed, that will produce infertile offspring, but that's not always the case. There are species that do sometimes, that can, which we would consider different species. But so these lines that we draw, nature doesn't adhere to them. They're just our best attempt to, put our own structures onto the world. If you look at Aristotle, was the first like true philosopher who engaged in like an attempt to categorize animals, and if we look at his methods of categorization nowadays, we find it laughable. You know what I'm saying? But back in those days, it was just simply their best attempt to put their understanding of things into the world, All right, so we should eat a little bit if we can. No, but we could practice now some bandaging. Yeah, this is what I wanted to practice, bandaging. Basically get our healthcare levels up. That's going to be way more important for it. All right, stop crafting. All right, we're feeling tired. Yeah, we're dead tired now. So now it's a good time. It's 12 a.m. In fact, I stayed awake a little bit too late, but that's what happens when I start talking about philosophy and stuff. Stay up late into the night. I think we've all done that, haven't we? All right, let's go ahead and sleep. Dave, the current goal is to get this vehicle that we've got seaworthy, and then to float it to the refugee center and eventually to the forge. Yeah, we still haven't reached either one of the. We know the locations of both, and the refugee center is actually really close, but we do not have a way to get there on land. Essentially, it's just too cut off by cities and stuff and forests. So we've got to do what I love to do, mess around with boat holes. But we're just trying to figure out a good spot. I mean, honestly, this is probably as good a spot as any. We could start to take apart this house and work on... Yeah, we could do that here. I think the name has just been grandfathered in, and we decided not to update to new standards. All right. So let's see. Philosophy is technically science. Math comes from philosophy. That's true. All science comes from it. Is science real or merely our attempt to tame the concepts of nature and existence? I think it's more of a spectrum, to be honest. Where we're talking about different scientific disciplines, I think some are more accurate than others. Some are closer to true science, you know? Well, I should say true science. Some are closer to a true understanding than others. And not because of any, like, conspiracy or corruption, just because we don't have, you know, a great enough understanding or enough experience in those fields. But, for instance, if you look at Einstein's theories of relativity, those are some of the most well-tested and proven theories. I mean, the entire... like system of maps that we use, you know, instantaneous maps using satellites and stuff, those have to account for time dilation, you know. So it's literally a theory that's proved every single day whenever you use your GPS, you know what I'm saying? And so that kind of a theory is far, far more real and grounded and true, so to speak, than certain other theories which might be less proven or more on the boundaries of what's new, you know, like AI, consciousness. Can consciousness inhabit, you know, silicon? We just don't know yet. You know, we don't have the experience yet. We haven't progressed far enough. We haven't had the brilliant Einsteinian-like minds to rise up and explain it to us, you know. But science leads to the cataclysm. A true Luddite. There you go, buddy. I'm not totally against that idea, but best update I've seen on this branch was addition of hardtack. There you go. All right, so what are we doing here? Let's eat real quick. Pancake cold, tomato sauce fresh. Whatever, just drink it, dude. Uh-oh, I think I just froze the game. Oh, shoot. Well, we did just sleep. I've done this before. This happened in my recent In a Woods playthrough. The game's locked up currently. Crap. I forgot about this. Yeah, there's a bug, at least on my version of the game, when I try and empty liquids into another container like this. I'm totally locked up here. Yeah, this happened recently during a recording. I think we're going to Alt F4. We're going to get a black screen here for a second, guys. Actually, it's not even letting me Alt F4. I have to manually tab out and close the program. We're just going to boot it right back up, though, guys. Give me just 1 second here. Apologize for that. Yeah, it wouldn't even let me Alt Tab. It was super frozen. Or, I'm sorry, Alt F4. I had to Alt Tab out. You're right. All right, we're just loading back up here, people. Won't take more than a minute. And luckily, we did literally just save the game right before sleeping, so we didn't lose anything. But it happens. You know, this game is free to play. It's open source. It's got many, many developers. And, you know, that means that there's usually a few bugs that go along with it. All right, here we are. We're back. We're awake. Nope. Gotta go to sleep now, though. Let's go for... I think we're just going to do a full 8 hours, because last time I did 7, and she still woke up a little bit tired. Unfortunate. Yeah, that's why the saves are always necessary. That's true. That's true. All right, we're still a little bit tired, but, you know, the good news is I believe we have some prescription stimulants in the vehicle that we're about to pop. We're about to do some stimmies before breakfast. All right, so, yep, prescription stimulant. Pop that, please. And let's eat some pancakes. We do need to get some more food. There's no doubt about that. I've got maple syrup for days, and I could eat this. It's got a caloric content, but it's not going to give me anything in the way of vitamins. And I don't think I have any multivitamins right now. No. Well, in that case, we might need to get out there and search around a little bit more. I remember there was a spot we came across that had a fairly decent amount of food. I think it was up here, wasn't it? In this little farmhouse? Or didn't we actually eat all that? Because we stayed at that farmhouse for a couple of days. I think we might have eaten it all. Well, you know what? Even if we ate the food there, there is a particular horse at this location, which could be butchered up. Well, let's see. It's still early. We got plenty of time to drive around and look. Andy, subscribe to the channel. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate that, my friends. Okay, let's see here. All right. So let's hop in the seat. Start her up. Go ahead and gray that out. Gray this out because I've already searched it. Let's come down here and check out what this building is. I'm like 99% sure that there are that's a mine shaft. But we'll just go down there and oh shit, just ran into a bush. Oh, there's a tree behind me. All right, let's be careful. Let's not run into anything. Andy, Lag and I were trying to survive. Oh, are you guys playing on Terraria? That's awesome, bro. Oh shit. Yeah, I haven't logged in a while. I might have to get on tonight after the stream. If you guys are playing, for sure. Yeah, putting it into hard mode. I knew that for newer players that wouldn't be the greatest, but you guys are experienced. You can survive it. Thankfully, I got some decent armor set up. Listen, feel free to take anything in my house. My chests. Do you know which one is my little house? But my chests are all labeled. Take anything you want from those chests, buddy. Anything that like I value is put away in my piggy bank. So, yeah, just hopped off. Lag just hopped off. No worries. Maybe we can play tomorrow or something too. We got plenty of time. Oh, look. Oh, there's an NPC over here in this motel. Did we know that? I think that's the first time we've seen that. Let's go try and recruit her. I was just thinking when I was talking about eating that horse meat, I was like, it would be so nice if I had an NPC companion with me who could like prepare the food while I just like relax and read books and stuff. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Well, guess what? I think we might be able to. Oh, yeah, we did drive by this place, but I didn't stop because it was like half destroyed. But there's a person here. All right, let's stop. Yeah, we got to be careful though. The NPC is not hostile, but you know there could be some zombies around these parts. You're making some good progress. That's awesome, buddy. Already got an Oraculum anvil set up. Make sure you check out my potion chest too, or like see if you can make any potions from my little setup. Feel free. Use your piggy bank as a potion pocket. Eating horse meat, you must be hungry. Oh man, I've done it before. Horse is a good meal in this game, I'm not going to lie to you. They don't make much of a mount because they get spooked real easy by the various different monsters that live in this world, but they do make for good food. Speaking of monsters, we got to... You know what? There's actually a bunch of nails all scattered around this place. Yeah, I'm going to pick up a bunch of nails from here. It's his home. NPCs are great, constantly fresh food storage if you have certain perks. Yum. Love it. Oh, look at that. What's the diamond mine? So for anybody just tuning in, we do have a legendary martial art called Diamond Mind, and it allows us to use spears as well as swords too, so it's pretty badass. But yeah, let's go. Bottle of sherry, we'll take that. Squish. Oh, So there's slimes coming in here. That's not good. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of slimes here. And they're going to get closer and closer the more noise I make. So I really don't want to be smashing any more windows. I think this NPC might be in over their heads here. One freaking nail. In other words, they might get themselves killed if they don't come with us immediately. I think they might be in this room right here. Maybe not. Wait, actually, I think they're dead already. I think the NPC's already dead. Because they don't appear here anymore. And there's a corpse right there. That's a zombie corpse, though. Huh, wait a second. I don't see them anymore. What the hell, man? I think she might have died. Shouldn't do that. She's not in the toilet. Oh, God, they're coming. Yeah, they heard that noise. Slimes are blind, but they will come to noises and vibrations. Well, I don't know what happened to the NPC, but she's not there anymore. All right, we got to go. Yeah, it's one of those buggy buildings with the I didn't look at the upstairs, Dave, but I know what you're talking about. I've seen them before, and they're super annoying. I actually got up in one once, and I was using it to clear a city. I was going up there and like stabbing downward, and it partly collapsed on me at one point because I think the zombies took out like part of the structure. So yeah, they're not great. Oops. All right. Still just looking for a good place to grab some food and then hole up and do some building. Or Calcum. Yeah, I get criticized for pronunciation, especially that one, quite a bit. All right, nothing here at the end of this hiking trail. So let's turn around, and not much to see to the north. I think we'll double back, and I do want to investigate this building to the south down here. Oh, there's so much slime. Now we gotta drive by this huge slime horde. Oh, they're there right in front of me. They're being dragged halfway across the map. Oh God, they're fast. Out of my way, little slime. Oh, bro, that's not good. It's becoming more difficult than it needs to be here because of these slimes. Okay. Maybe I'll just honk my horn a couple times as I drive through here. Just stir them up, you know, stir them up a little bit. No, we won't do that. All right, we made it through the slime hell. Slimes are no joke, man. Listen, you might think, oh, they don't have eyes or hands or mouths, so they're not a threat, but they are a threat. In vast numbers like that, they're a big threat. Ready for Project Zomboid with that strat. Oh my gosh, I'm never ready. So what did you guys' average like gameplay time in Project Zomboid? Because mine was about 3 minutes before my character would die. I would search like one house, like the house that it started me in. Then I would open the door, immediately get pummeled by zombies, and if it was ever more than one zombie at a time, it's pretty much a death sentence. 6 months. Well, I've got some room then to improve. All right, so this is definitely a mine shaft here. Let's actually roll past. Let's see if there's a truck here. No. So there is going to be some diesel here, but we're not going to stop for it yet. We've got 69% of our fuel tank filled, so we're good on diesel for now. We're just going to cruise around, look for some interesting spots to loot. And that mine shaft ain't one of them. Let's go down this road, across the bridge here. Bridges are always interesting. Sometimes bridges will have like military blockades. I like military blockades. I could wager, wait, I usually make it 2 to 3 months on the higher difficulties. I wager I could make it indefinitely on a default apocalyptic setting. Let's see. If you're doing pretty well in Zomboid, it gets boring. At least from my own personal experience, keeping bad at it and have fun. That's good advice. I like that. I can definitely still be bad at it. Yeah, I haven't spent much time with the game, but I'm willing to give it a try. Because I know that there are a lot of people out there who really, really enjoy it. You know, it's one of those games that despite its age, it still gets a lot of good views and stuff. Grab that and that and that. Alright, I need to empty my inventory a little bit. Let's close out. Let's put the spear away. Let's go in and favorite some of these bandages and crap. Okay, now I'm going to drop everything else because I'm carrying around too much nonsense. Beautiful. Alright, we're ready to go. I'm ready to throw some Molotov cocktails. Actually, hold on, my passenger side door is open. Close that. We don't want any hornets or anything getting in as we're driving. That could be deadly. Okay, so we do have an orchard here. Appears to be a mansion and a crystal outcropping. So let's pull through and just kind of peek at this orchard. What did I just hit? A bird or something? Just want to see what we're dealing with here. Sometimes there's huge hordes of zombies at these places, but doesn't appear to. Oh, you know what? I forgot to grab that stupid ladder. Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! Damn it! I don't feel like climbing. Oh, here we go. Look at this, people. This car is loaded with food. Everything from vegetable soup to dog food to tortilla. All right, let's go. That was good. That was a good find. Yeah, that's going to help us to settle down and start to build some boat holes. So the cool thing about cars in this game, if you can build enough boat holes and attach them, you can actually make the cars float. They can become aquatic, amphibious, I should call it. And that's what our goal is going to be, is to soup this thing up so that it can drive over the water. At which point we will rename it to the Jesus Mobile. All right, hey, Edvard's here. What's going on? The mutations are going good, buddy. We have not mutated yet, but our character does have a mutagen gland for the feline variety, as well as being genetically unstable, but she also has robust genetics, too. Hijack somebody's grocery run, I know. Hey, listen, they abandoned their vehicle. I'll take it. I used to be around with some nice people, surrounded, slowly closing exit circle gaps. Every time I play Zomboid, I catch myself on the thought of, damn, I wish I was playing Cataclysm. You know what, EI, I have a feeling I'm going to be thinking that too. That's actually, we were talking about the Unreal World earlier. Oh, there's wasps here. That's how I feel whenever I play the Unreal World, because that's another one of those roguelike games, but it you know, sadly it's not as deep as this game. It doesn't have anywhere near the depth or complexity of this one. So I'm always just like, I wish I was playing Cataclysm every time I play Unreal World now. All right, this is good. We're finding some stuff. I like to grab gallon jugs, but the real goal is to look. Oh yeah, so check this out. There are 2 solar panels on this roof here. So we're going to have to come back for this. Yeah, solar panels are a very, very valuable resource in this game, obviously. You know, it's one source of power. Just one. There are others, but yeah, this is one source. And it's renewable. All right. Yeah, very, very important. We got to come back for that, but I don't want to just climb the roof without a ladder. Not to mention there are wasps. And these aren't just little wasps, too. Keep in mind, this is a giant mutated wasp that can, like, paralyze you and kill you, essentially. So we got to be super careful. I don't think they're allowed to take the groceries. That's right. That's right. Yeah, that crystal thing, we're going to go check that out next, Edvard. Good call, buddy. Good call. Thanks for coming by the stream, too, everybody. It's great to be with you once again. I'm going to be streaming some more Cataclysm tomorrow, too. And, of course, my full streaming schedule for this week is pinned in chat. So check those comments that are pinned. That'll show you what days and what games I'll be streaming. All right, going to do 2 streams for Vintage Story, Friday and Saturday. And I'm still up in the air as to whether or not I want to stream the new 1.22 content or go back to the Wilderness Survival World. But I don't know. I'm curious what anybody here thinks. Oh, look at this. Okay, so this is a crystal structure, and these crystals are very important for gaining psychic abilities. One of the ways we can gain psychic abilities is through these crystals that you'll find. And if you stare into the crystal, it'll just give you a psychic ability. But they're very rare, and they don't always spawn. And sometimes when they do, they're guarded by enemies. Oh yeah, look at that. So this is interesting. We've actually got a Me-Go here too. Where's the Me-Go? So this Me-Go will fight these ferals. I want to see if maybe we can see a crystal on the ground. No. This is interesting. This could be extremely dangerous. Wilderness Survival 1.22. Unfortunately, Jason, I'm not going to load the 1.22 pre-patch into my pre-existing Wilderness Survival world, because that'll basically break the world. But yeah, I'm still not sure what I want to do, because they did just release 1.22 pre-2, so the second pre-version. All they did though was change some, like, they patched some stuff, tweaked it so there's less crashing and crap. Yeah, so these guys are actually in a fight with an alien right now. This creature called Amigo is an alien from another planet. This dude right here is just straight up running away. He's almost dead, too. Oh, look, he just died. So he might... Oh, there's an unseen hunter. Ooh. He's got bad smoke inhalation. Following the fart spreader or whatever the hell we named this car. That's why, buddy. Bad smoke and eye irritation. Don't be choking on my vent pipe or whatever the hell it's called. Exhaust pipe. There's been a 0 pre.2 release, so there might be more to poke around. It's just tweaks and stuff. They didn't change. I was looking at the patch notes for it before stream today. It's just crash fixes. There's nothing new. Although I am interested in seeing if we can do anything with the water wheel, but I don't know if that would really be enough content for like a 3 to 4 hour stream, you know, just playing around with the water wheel. All right, well, unfortunately with this hunter on me, I can't get out of my car. I was going to get out and see if we could loot that corpse, but see, what did I just hit? I honestly think it's a little too dangerous for us to be around here. Yeah, these crystal structures, I mean, you can get the you can get the psychic powers like I'm saying, but you can also get dead there too, real easy. Real easy. All right, you know what? We're going to go to this moonshine still real quick. It's a little bit into the woods, as any good moonshine still should be, but there should also be a step ladder here. So let's do a quick save. We're going to see if we can grab this step ladder. Step ladders in this game are super valuable. They can help prevent falling off of roofs, so they're really, really helpful. Yeah, my version, I'll have to show you. I know what you're talking about. I don't think it's the slowest, but it is slower. Yeah, to pulp zombies in this version. Yeah, it's super annoying. I hate it. There are definitely, oh, there's the ladder. There are definitely some changes and tweaks that they've made, which I don't like, but it is still the version I like the best. You know, Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead. Alright, so I can turn this off now. I just want to see if there's any liquids in here. Nope. Alright, well, we came for, you know, there should be a shovel here too, right? Typically there's a shovel laying around. Maybe not. Maybe it's in the back. Oh, there's more kegs here. Nope, nothing in them. Alright, let's grab this ladder and get the hell out of here. Step ladder. So yeah, now we can go back to where we saw those solar panels just a moment ago. And I can set up this ladder, and there's no chance that I will fall off the roof with it. So, oh, crap. Oh, crap, I can't fit it. God damn it. I think, can we still drive with it? No. You know what? I have an idea. All right, let's go back to the still. We're not giving up on this thing. So there's wire here. I'm going to go into crafting, and I'm going to look up loop of rope. We're going to make that. Now we're going to wear the loop of rope, and we're going to return to our vehicle. And now we're going to attach the ladder to the loop of rope. Boom. All right, so now we're literally carrying the ladder on our person. It's like dangling off of me, but it also means I'm way down and I'm very, very encumbered now. Yeah, my encumbrance is very red, so it's just a temporary solution to get the ladder moved right now to where we want it to be. What's going on there, Captain Howdy Sinfully Unique? Welcome, my friend. Let's see. What did I miss? Controls are easy for you, this kind of game that everyone has to get used to. I've been playing it a lot. I have gotten used to the controls. You know, been playing it for over a year now, so it just takes a lot of practice. But I also do have some experience with, you know, other roguelike games too. So using like the number pad to control direction is something I'm very comfortable with. Controls are difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not an easy. That's one of the biggest learning curves for this game are the controls. I mean, if we just look at the key bindings alone, you can just get a feel for the sheer amount of commands that you can do. I mean, most of these key bindings aren't even freaking bound either. So like, it's crazy the amount of stuff that you've got to keep track of. Yeah, just to like, oh, if you want to check your mood, you've got to go through like 2 different full menus just to see what kind of a mood does my character have. Oh, there it is. You know, here's my morale window. She dislikes tofu. That's why she's upset, you know. Have you ever played Brogue? No, I haven't. I don't think I've heard of that one, Jason. Brogue. I have to look that one up. I have not. I was actually playing some Tales of Mayal Tome. Sounds kind of abbreviated. I was playing some of that this morning. I've owned that game for a long time, but never really got into it. But today I forced myself to sit down and play it, and I really enjoyed it. I definitely think I'm going to be doing some videos for that, maybe even streaming it too. You cannot pull Dinobuddies. They are the things you don't want to rise up against. Yep. Also, it takes the fun of discovering for the first time that you cannot pulp acid zombies by a pop. Yeah. You know, to be honest, there was a time when No Hope, the No Hope mod, removed the need to pulp zombies at all. Like, part of the mod took that. It was one of the features of the mod that it removed the need to pulp zombies, and I loved that feature of it, but then they took it out. So now you still have to pulp zombies even with No Hope, and I was so disappointed when they made that change back. I was like, why? I don't want to pulp zombies. I understand pulping like living creatures. Like if you kill a feral, then you have to pulp that. That was how the mod used to be. But zombies didn't need to be pulped because they were already undead, you know? It's just much easier to like clear cities and stuff. Yeah, I do have a car. It took us the entire first stream to get this working, but it's not in the best shape. You can see we call it the breaking wind because it's got a bad fuel filter on it. So this thing puts out a ton of smoke, but otherwise she's been pretty reliable. Pretty reliable little vehicle. Yep. All right, so let's stop driving, and we are going to get this thing seaworthy too. I'm determined to get this thing on the water. Yep, we've got an oversized wasp over there, so we got to be careful. Yeah, the no-hope pulping sentiment, I was so disappointed when I started playing with it and they changed that. I was like, you got to be kidding me. All right, boom, there it is. I'm going to take off this loop of rope, too, because even without the actual stepladder attached, it's still pretty encumbersome to just wear that loop of rope, but they're super helpful. You know, you can actually use those loop of ropes to carry around solar panels, too. It's something I've done many times. All right, let's go up to the roof. Now, this is a risk here because we're going to be passing time. While I disconnect these, time is going to pass, and we've got these wasps fairly nearby, so we don't want them to fly up here and start harassing me, but I think we're going to be okay. All right, we got 2 new solar panels. Let's get them to the ground real quick. We got to do this with some zones. Okay. Oh, I think I did that wrong. I think I did that backwards, but let's just try it. Damn it, I did it backwards. Okay, we can still do that, though. Wait, caps lock's turned on. Okay, we can take this and just move that position to right there, and then we can take this one, move that position to right there, and save it, and now we do it, and boom. We've got 2 solar panels down on the ground. Climb down the stepladder. All right, beautiful people. So I'm just going to leave the stepladder there because unfortunately this vehicle I have does not have the storage space for it. I'll be actually surprised if we can fit these. Oh, you know what? I don't think I can. Damn it. Maybe we can put one in the front seat, but I doubt it. The seats are just not big enough to hold a full solar panel. Well, it wasn't a total waste because we will come back for these, but what I'm going to do is just leave them on the side of the road. Close our trunk up. Yeah, we did the hard part, which was getting them off the roof, and I still have a note here, so we've still got 2 solar panels. I guess I can edit that. 2 solar panels on road. Boom. And we'll come back for them once we get a bit bigger trunk space. Yep. He still pulled up and gave the enemy smoke inhalation with the car. I wish it would have saved us. Let's see. Now the backseat doesn't work either, unfortunately, Edvard. Also, zombies regen now, huh? Oh, do they? I haven't encountered that. Yeah, this game is keyboard only. That's right. You can use the mouse a little bit for like identifying stuff. Like if I hover my mouse over certain tiles, it'll show up here what I'm looking at. But yeah, the mouse is not really used very much. Thinking of the In the Woods playthrough has me wondering how long it would take to craft enough plant fiber to make a full loop of rope. Believe it or not, I don't know if you can make the loop of rope with rope. I think you have to use wire for it, but I could be wrong. No, you can use a short rope. You're right. All right, take a little drink here. All right, so We've got some food. We know that's a dead end. You know what? To be honest, I think we're going to hang out here for a little bit. I've got an idea. Let's look at our trunk space. Okay, it needs to be sorted by category. Do I have... I've got a solar panel and a car battery, 2 car batteries. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I don't love the fact that there are wasps nearby, but we're just going to ignore that for right now. And I'm going to set this spot up as a little temporary charging area. So we're going to place our batteries. So we've got 2 car batteries sitting out now. And I'm going to deploy these solar panels next to the batteries so that they'll start to charge these. There we go. So now we can see if we look at the battery, it's already got a little bit of a charge on it already, but it'll take about 7 hours until these 2 batteries are full. Hey, Brian, what's going on, buddy? You've been hoping for some more Cataclysm? Well, your wishes have been granted, my friend. We're about an hour and a half into this one. This is our second stream with this character. She's on day 5 of her journey, but excuse me, she is a mutant, or hoping to be a mutant. She's got the feline glands, genetically unstable. So, unfortunately, she's ugly too, but don't hold that against her. Once she gets that feline appearance, I think the guys will really find her attractive. But, all right, so while that's going on, we're going to go into the building here, and we're going on a very, very important mission, okay? We're going to disassemble all these crates. Probably don't have much in them, but yeah, so let's pop open a glow stick. And, yep, we're just going to deconstruct. Edvard, do you think it's quicker to deconstruct or to smash? Now, remember, my goal is to salvage as many nails and planks as possible. We're going to be converting these crates into boat hulls. All right, there's that. Putting the cat in Cataclysm. I didn't even think about that. So true. All right, so we just scrounged up a little over 50 nails. That's not bad. Usually nails are the bottleneck. Smashing is faster, but you get less. Okay, I think we'll just disassemble then. Yeah, usually it's not that hard to find planks, but usually it's nails is where you run into the shortages. So we definitely want to get as many nails as we can. Good news is we can literally start to like deconstruct the walls of these buildings and stuff, but we just got to be conscious of the fact that there's enemies outside. Not a Sphinx cat girl. Bob Long, what's going on? Bob Lob Long. How's it going, my friend? Playing some Cataclysm yourself. Awesome. Doing a Mega City run with the Landscaper. That's cool, buddy. Hell yeah, we're doing a mutant run right now. She hasn't mutated yet, but our character has the cat mutation gland, and she's genetically unstable too. So this literally says it causes us to constantly develop more and more mutations, but hasn't happened yet. It's only been 5 days, though, in-game. But thanks for coming by the stream, folks. It's great to be with you again. I'm going to be streaming some more Cataclysm tomorrow, too, so if you haven't subscribed or followed me on Twitch yet, make sure you do that so you get notified. All right. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like the stream. All right. Okay. Nice, 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 nice. Now, if we got real lucky, we would find like a saw or something in one of these crates, but I guess the jars will just have to do. Better than nothing. At least I can make some Molotov cocktails out of those. Hello, Mutant Hardware. What's up, Tachyon? How you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for coming by the stream. All right. Now, the question is, do I actually know the recipe for holes? Oh, no. I don't know the recipe. I think that my fabrication skill needs to be higher, so let's go in and look up fabrication. Okay. Huh. cudgel. Well, this will be easy. Let's make one of these. All right, I guess I should have looked at it. It's at level 2, halfway to level 3 now. I don't need the cudgel. All right, and is that still 2 of 2? So right now I'm just making some random weapons to level up my fabrication ability. So if we look, my fabrication skill is at a 2. I think I need it to be level 3 to make boat hulls, but we're 97% towards level 3, so we're almost there. We're just going to have to make one more cudgel. And we're dropping that. Okay, now I am fabrication level 3. Let's go back into crafting and look up hull again. Boom, wooden boat hull, that's it. So that's the recipe that was locked behind fabrication 3, but we've got it. You came to brag about getting all Steam achievements for Deep Rock Galactic. That's awesome, bro. Congrats. Oh, for Survivors. That's the Vampire Survivors like Deep Rock Galactic game. Yeah, I played that a little bit on the channel when it first came out. I played both, Deep Rock Galactic and the Survivors version. Yeah, that was a cool game. Congrats on full achievements too, buddy. That's no easy job. All right, so now we want to make as many of these as we can get. It's going to take probably about a dozen of these boat hulls. This is no easy chore either. To make 2 of them takes 3 hours of daylight. And again, we're only going to be able to, nails are going to be our problem, but we'll just make these. Because not only does it take nails to actually make the boat hulls, but it takes nails to attach them to our vehicle too. All right, so we are now hungry and thirsty. We're also weary, and it's dark, so we're going to exit. I don't feel like sleeping in the car. I guess we can sleep in the car, although it's not... Maybe we can sleep inside. There's a chair inside that building. I think we'll be better off sleeping in there. Okay. Let's go ahead and take some melatonin tablets too, just to help with sleep. Oh, I got a bird hanging around out here. Steam, 300 Steam achievements done. 185 hours played. Damn. Congrats, buddy. 15 minutes to dismember a zombie. The stego crying. Now, EI, are you familiar with the ability to, it's not butchering them, but under the butchering menu, you can, is it dismember? Yeah, that's what you're talking about. It's dismembering. I'm sorry. You know what you're doing. All right. So let's close this up so there's no outdoor access. All right, it's 9:35 p.m. We're just going to sleep in this chair right here. We're going to save it first. Yeah, that's still crazy long. Am I going to make a boat in my Inner Woods run? That's a good question, Jason. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but no, the short answer is no, I won't be. Zombie stegosaurs, yeah. You can, like I mentioned, you can install, there's a dinosaur mod for this game. And of course, anything that's in this game has the zombie virus in it. So if our character dies, we could turn into a zombie. So if anything dies, if a bird or a spider or a snake dies, they can become zombified, which is true for dinosaurs as well. All right, let's see. We are hungry and thirsty to 6:30 in the morning. Let's come out. Daylight. It's another day, folks. Let's check on these. All right, so we've got maximum power. Just go ahead and take those down real quick. Didn't need that right away for anything, but it's just good having those filled up, Alright, so we should be able to get these in here, right? Yeah. Beautiful. Alright, let's have some breakfast. Wait, where's all my food at? Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Okay, toastums, dehydrated meat, and some canned pineapple for breakfast. Not bad, not bad. Spiders and insects turn into something completely different. That's true, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't say insects zombify because they turn into swarming amalgamations, which is a whole different thing. You're right. It's not technically an undead creature, though. That's a good point. You're right. Imagine getting bit by a zombie spider yeah, you wouldn't even want to know. I think zombified birds have always been something that is kind of terrifying. Just like, not because like they would be like intimidating necessarily or creepy. They would be creepy to a degree, but I mean, just think about like how many birds there are in the sky. You'd be getting dive bombed by all of these like thousands and thousands of little zombie sparrows and shit. There'd be no way to survive that unless you were wearing like a suit of armor or something crazy. So I just feel like birds would be like the biggest threat. Have you guys ever seen that movie, The Birds? The Alfred Hitchcock classic? I mean, they're not even zombified in that. In that movie, it's just regular birds that for whatever reason have like turned on people. And it's terrifying. All right, we're going to go up to the... we'll stand right here and work on this. Zed Ostrich. From what I've seen you play, you've had what I consider to be rather good luck when it comes to vehicles. No hope. Yeah, for sure. Go out into the neighborhood in a full suit of plate armor. Hell yeah. All right, we got 2 boat holes. Let's go attach them. So we're gonna drag these outside. I'm doing this indoors just because it's safer, but it does mean I have to go back and forth and back and forth. But I'd rather do this than get attacked by a bunch of hornets while I'm out here trying to work. All right, so we're just going to start installing boat holes. This is a laborious process that wears the character out, makes her pretty tired, and it uses a lot of those nails. But now, if we look down at the very bottom, this is what we're looking at. And once we put that first boat hole on our vehicle, it brings up this statistic, draft/clearance. So we want this number to be positive. The greater the positive, the better. So this is the amount of space or the amount of length or sits out of the water. So right now it would sink if we drove this into the water. But if we can get this number into the positive, yeah, then we will float. So we just got to attach a bunch more boat holes to it. And it does take into account weight. So if I have an empty vehicle and I put enough boat holes on it to just get it over the water line, and then I start adding a bunch of loot, it's going to sink. So you kind of need to accommodate your vehicle for like a full load, you know. If you want to be able to loot and bring a bunch of stuff around with you, you need to have extra boat holes. Pop another glow stick. Let's see if we can do some more of these. Probably going to take about a dozen, but we don't have enough nails. Uh-oh. What? Do we have... What was the buzzing? Huh. That might have been... I thought it was a storm at first, but I think it might have been the Hornet. How's the mutant run? What's up, VV? It's going okay, buddy. We're just right now... We haven't mutated yet, but I'm still trying to survive, essentially. We're getting... It was a wasp. I think you're right. I think we're overstaying our welcome here at this spot. Now, we haven't developed any mutations yet, buddy, but it's only been 6 days, so we're hoping it'll happen at some point. It's like waiting for a baby. Oh, we're hoping she'll come any day now. Our little mutant freak. You've started your own mutant run. Awesome, bro. Awesome. What'd you go with? Did you build them similar or different? All right. Oh, I'm out of, now I'm out of nails, so I can't put this boat hole on the vehicle at all. You know what? Screw the wasp. The wasp doesn't scare me, bros. I'm just gonna go back inside. Oh, maybe he does kind of scare me. He's close. I saw him for a second. Wait, I also saw some vegetable soup over here. There's still doors to be disassembled in this place. Wait, why can't I disassemble the door? Huh. There's still more of these crates I can disassemble. You were able to conquer a lab, and it was a blank slate volunteer mutant run. Oh, nice. Construct. All right, I'm just collecting nails right now. Take apart the furnitures. Take apart, that's a sheet of glass. Wait. Oh, now it's letting me take apart this door. Wait. Why am I able to take that door but not the other ones apart? Yeah, because doors are really where the most nails come from. I just got 24 nails from that one door frame alone. Yeah, that's weird. Huh. It won't let me take those doors down. Why is that? No, those doors don't count either. Reject humanity, evolve into a kitty cat. You know it, buddy. There's no looking back now. We've got to get all this hard work and crafting done before we evolve paws, and we can't. All right, we'll deconstruct that. Huh. Oh, we mutate. We just did it. It just happened. Right now, on day 6, it says you mutate. Stop constructing. Yes. You feel strange. You gain a mutation called weak stomach. God damn it. I don't want weak stomach. You are more likely to throw up from food poisoning, alcohol, etc. What a great mutation. What the hell? I thought we were supposed to, like, not hit the negative ones, but... Oh, well, what are you going to do? Yeah, that was a defect. That was not a good mutation. I think that's true in nature, though. You know, most of the mutations that happen in the natural world are not good mutations. Usually the nails by burning down houses. Wait until it burns, sift through the ashes, auto pick up the nails. Smart. Smart. Evolve the ability to hog hairballs. Can still happen. Oh yeah, we'll get more mutations too. Cats do puke a lot. It does make sense. Yeah, we do have a small chance to get a bad one, even with robust genetics. That's probably true. Okay, so there's no more nails in here if I can't take these doors off their hinges. Wait, what about the tables? I could take the table apart. This should give us enough for like maybe one more boat hull. Don't forget too, I've got one sitting out there already that I still need to just like put onto the car. So let's make one more. That gives us 2 total boat hulls. Let's come out and attach. Oh shit, the wasp is right in front of me. You see him? Boom. Do I have anything that can kill this? If he gets aggro... Ooh, there's a boar. There's a zombified boar over to our left, too. This place is getting more and more dangerous, people. I might have to move away. All right, let's try one boat hull. It's already 5:30 p.m. We're going to need to find a place to sleep fairly soon. I guess we can just stay here. I'm going to eat some of this maple syrup. Oh, we've got protein rations, too. I can't forget about that. All right, let's see. Do I know lab location? No, not yet. Well, I think we did spot one lab early on in the run. Let's see. Those might be wooden shelves, Edvard. We'll check those out because we're going to go back in there and go to sleep. Have I traded a game called Outward? It sounds familiar. Actually, with unforgiving combat and survival mechanics. I think I might have, Zeke. I think I've played Outward. I'd have to look that one up and see like the Steam page for it to recall. Cooperatively with others. All right, so yeah, as much as I don't want to, I think we're gonna stick around here. Oh, you know what? I never checked the interior of this building. There could be food in here. Yeah, there's apples. Oh yeah. Butter, sparkling water, and a pineapple. Let's go. There's also a bunch of stuff in there I could disassemble for nails, but it's open. There's no cover or anything, so. Alright, let's install another boat hull here. Boom. Alright, what are we looking at? So we're only a quarter of a meter below the water, which isn't bad. I only need a handful of more of these. Another day or two of work, and we should have this. I think what we'll do is go ahead. Oh, hold on. Wait, there's a calico cat right there. Hold on. Check this out. Bam. Got some cat food. Come here, little kitty. I'm going to tame this little wild beast. No. Can't outrun me. Mini Mongoose needs a cat. Come here, little kitka. Oh, okay. We've done it. We've reached melee range with the kitty. Now, I will very carefully, very daintily offer her some cat food. No. I said I want... What? I'm not trying to heat it up. Feed an animal. There we go. Okay, we did it. You know it, buddy. We've got ourselves a kitty cat. Come with me, little kitty. Now, wait a second. Well, let's play with her. I don't have a leash. I should have brought a leash with me. Oh, I have my loop of rope. Perfect. All right, let's lead our little kitty. Come on, kitty. So this is our mascot. Remember, we're going to turn into a cat at some point. So I think it just makes sense that we have a companion with us. All right, little kitty. This cat, will tie her up right here. What should we name her? May the cat guard your life. That's right. Interesting. Found the code to starting a charcoal pit. Playing with this pussy. That's right. Let's see. What should we name this one? Well, who gets the Button? That's a good name. Button it is. Let's go. Calico. That's right. All right. So we've got a kitty cat. Let's close the door so she doesn't get attacked. We're gonna leave her right there. Mini me. Oh, that's not a bad. That's a good one actually. That's a real good one. Toast. You guys got good names. Playing with what now? All right, let's see. We are weary. It's 6:30 p.m. Wait, let me grab a book real quick. Let's read. We're going to read a little bit of a book. Not you, kitty. You got to stay here. We'll read... Oh, boy. Could have read this fabrication book. We'll read our spellcraft book. Okay, cat staying in the car, but she'll be fine. She's going to poop in there. All right, we're going to come to our chair, and we're just going to read our spellcraft theory book. Caught me off guard, not going to lie. Hey, listen, when you're here in our stream, you got to be ready for anything. Spellcraft is a pain to level up. Right now, Edvard, the only spell we have is Ethereal Grasp. And I'm glad you mentioned that because I need to cast this a couple times before we go to bed. Hey, we got our first cast off, and it leveled us up. Look at that. We got one cast, and it actually, a single cast successfully actually leveled us. So that goes to show you early on, it's tough to get these to go, but it's definitely worth it to practice them. There was a second one. Yeah, like before bed, just sit here and practice your spells, you know? If you're going to bed with a full mana pool and spells that aren't fully maxed out, then you're making a mistake, you know? You need to be casting your spells before bed. Before bed, everybody, make sure you cast your spells and then brush your teeth. First cast gives you level 1. There you go. Costco brand mage. Wait, make the car a litter box? It's all just one. Hey, to the cat, the world is a litter box. You know what I'm saying? Let's eat this old butter. Some apples. All right, we're looking good, people. It's 10 p.m. Weariness, tired. It's time for bed, I think. Our little glow stick is burned out. In fact, let me drop that. Got a couple of those on me, I think. Where? There. Boom. Oh, I forgot we've got compact checkers set too. We can play checkers by ourselves in the dark. If that's not the most depressing thing you've ever heard of. I don't remember if Ethereal Grasp is friendly fire. I'm not sure. I do have torso damage, but I'm not in any pain, so I don't think so. Just so long as I'm not a litter box. There you go. That's very true. That's a good point. Good point, my friends. But it's good to be back with you guys here. Streaming some Cataclysm. All right, 7:15. Let's see. How many nails do I have? We've got enough to make one more boat hole. Let's go over here. We'll stand by the door, or the ladder, I should say. Is that going to be close enough to the light? Yep. Nope. There we go. Oh, something's out there fighting. I can hear it. I think there's rain happening too. Yeah, we got rain going on. All right, let's get our... Oh, no! Look at that. The hornet has aggroed, or the wasp has aggroed on our little button. No. Button has caught the attention of the mean old wasp. It's underfed. It's just trying to get a meal. You need to binge the End of Woods playthrough? I think you should, my friend. I think you should. I can't disagree with you there. All right, so we're going to go around to the side of the car. Sneak in. Whatever, wasp. You can't get us. So this is an oversized wasp. It actually says it's the size of a large cat. So it's deadly. If I got into melee combat with this thing, it would sting me and start to paralyze me and basically kill me pretty easily. So hornets or wasps are extremely deadly, but luckily they're not strong enough to break through the glass in our cars. So I'm still not going to hang around here, though. It's time to leave. We definitely spent a lot of time here, so let's move. Yep, and we will have to come back to retrieve the solar panels that we left there, but again, I just don't have enough room. Oh, where do we go next, though? That's the real question. We might need to go clear out this mine shaft. I think that's probably a good idea. Number one, there was a couple of vehicles parked at that mine shaft that we can loot. Maybe we can get a good air filter to replace the one we've got. But in addition to that, there's going to be some diesel, so we can fill up the tank here. Did I loot this? I think I did, didn't I? Let's see. So just spamming Ethereal Grasp does not need line of sight, if I remember correctly. Something like wasp the size of a whale. No, the ladder's staying. I don't have enough room to keep it with me, Captain. Unfortunately, both of my trunk spaces are nearly 100% full. You can see this one's 299 of 300. This one's 260 of 300, but no worries. I couldn't even take all my solar panels with me. We had to leave 2 solar panels behind, but we'll come back. Once we get this thing, we can float. Then anything that's along the river is like easy to get to. You know, the river becomes like a super highway for us, basically. And it's going to be the main way that we get to the refugee center. The Forge of Wonders is like right next to a giant lake, so this is very, very critical. Interested in checking out that cabin, actually. Now, let's come up here to the mine shaft. There's definitely good resources at this mine shaft. Alright, stop. But there's also going to be quite a few zombies here, so we're going to have to clear it. Time to do a little combat, people. But don't worry, Minnie Mongoose has never shied away from combat. She's a fighter. She likes it. Alright, let's kick off the engine. Alright, let's get prepared. You ready? We got to get our head in this game button. Okay, we got zombies in our field of view, so let's grab our spear. Let's check our encumbrance level. What am I doing here? Oh, I can't. There we go. Encumbrance is a little bit high, so let's take off the hiking backpack, and I'll just leave a note here. Always leave a note whenever I take my backpack off and drop it. Yeah, if you're new, there's a factor like encumbrance. So you can put on tons of different clothing. I could wear like 4 different backpacks in this game and just load them full of loot, but it's going to have a negative impact when you go to get into combat, because you can think about, like, if you're strapped down with a bunch of backpacks, you can't move your torso, you can't dodge very well, you can't swing your weapon. So you've got to be super careful about that. That's why it's important to make yourself unencumbered as much as you can before combat. Let's see. Tesla coils for exterior car. You're a mobile bug zapper. I love it. Reading spells increases level of that spell. All I have is the scroll. Can I still read that? Oh, so if I read this again... Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, that's super helpful. Thanks, Vivi. That makes sense, too. Can you favorite your backpack and will it auto-note? You can favorite it, but auto-noting favorited items is a separate setting. It's under the Auto Notes Manager. You've got to go in there and change that. Or no, it's not under Auto Notes Manager. It's under something else. But I've had it before, but I don't like it. And I can tell you one of the big reasons, and I did this a little while ago, is because I constantly favorite these glow sticks and use them and drop them. You know what I'm saying? And then it leaves notes everywhere I've dropped a glow stick before. So I typically don't do that option, EI, but I have in the past, and it's not a bad option. It just makes things a little... I just have to push more buttons because of it, ultimately, which is why I don't go with it. All right, so we got some zombies out in the parking lot. Doesn't look like they've broken through the fence yet, so... Oops. Let's do this as carefully as we can. Line yourselves up, boys. Come on down. Let's do some fighting. So essentially what I'm doing right now, I have a spear which has reach. It can reach 1, 2 tiles, and because this is a chain link fence with holes in it, I'm able to stab the zombies through the fence. So I can hit them, but they can't hit me because they're stupid zombies. So it's a bit of a cheat, but it's also very realistic, you know. I've said before, if I was in a real zombie apocalypse, I would make a spear, and I would try and use, like, terrain objects like fences and trees to do this very thing, to increase my chances of survival. And again, it can't be done with every weapon. I couldn't do this with like a knife, you know. It has to be a spear. Or there's other reach weapons, not just spears, but it has to be a weapon with reach. Honor has no place in survival. That's right, Don. All right, so we're getting a little winded. Let's back off and catch our breath real quick. Whoops. All right, gotta move this cursor off the screen. Due to the fact that a hi-hat... Wait. Oh, Vivi's talking about ethereal grasp. Oh. Why a glow stick? You baffle me. Do you see something in glow sticks that I don't? I just use glow sticks for reading and stuff. For long-term light needs, glow sticks are the best. Not long-term, but last like all night. Yeah, I use glow sticks all the time. Usually at least once a day in the evenings. Like if I know I'm gonna read like a spell book or a martial arts manual, I'll turn on a glow stick when it's still daylight, so that once the sun sets, like my reading won't be interrupted. You know what I'm saying? I'll just continue reading because I have a glow stick with me. Now, if you happen to get lucky and come across like the atomic reading lamp, that's different, but you don't always find that thing. All right, so we've got zombies on both sides of the fences. Okay. Come on, dummies. Okay. I would say that glow sticks are far more common than candles. And, I mean, the candle's going to present the same problem that a glow stick would. It just wouldn't burn out quite as quickly. Or maybe it does. I don't know how long a candle lasts, but irrelevant. All right, let's go. Let's see here. Yeah, we'll deal with the zombie squishing later once we've got them all killed. Same with the looting. I'll check out the corpses for loot and everything later. Let's take a quick breather. Okay, let's take this guy out. So many trees. Keep slipping on this fence. No, you can't. Well, you could eat zombie flesh. It comes up as mutant flesh. For one thing, if you were to butcher a human being, you get a really strong mood penalty for butchering humans, even if they're zombies. Like your character doesn't like that. Now, eventually, if you do it enough, you can desensitize your character and they won't get the mood penalty. And you can mitigate that mood penalty by doing things like giving them nice meals or chewing gum. There's a lot of different things, playing musical instruments. But there are also cannibal traits that will allow you to eat human meat without the penalty. But zombie meat is mutated, so you don't want to eat it either way. Even if you're a cannibal, you don't want to eat zombified meat. You could go out there and kill like non-zombified people and then eat them. You could do that. But it's much easier to find like cows as a food source, or even just like vegetarian food sources like cattails. You can make bread in this game. Cattails are super survival food, or plant, I should say, not just a food. And in this game, they're very, very useful as well. You can make bread. Of course, you can just roast the cattails, but I know where your heart's at. Yeah, essentially, you can do all that crazy stuff, too. You want to roleplay as a psycho, just, going through the apocalyptic world. You can do it. I think I did a cannibal playthrough at one point, didn't I? I can't remember now. I think I did a cannibal playthrough. Cannibalism is okay only if you have the trait for it. I mean, I could eat it, but again, it would be an incredible mood debuff, if I were to eat human meat right now without that perk or trait. All right, so we have officially cleared most of the zombies. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna open some doors now. Instead of using lockpicks, though, we're going to do this with percussive. We're going to slam these. There we go. All right. Come here. Let's take a quick drink. We might get alarm here. Be careful. There might be an alarm. Just prepare yourselves. Okay. Sorry about that. Gotta smash it, though. Gotta smash it. He's an anime cat girl. You're a Neko. So your plan is to head into the mine shaft itself? No, probably not. We should go down to like just the first room and check it out, but no, I don't think I'll be exploring the mine shaft too much. Usually that can be a death sentence, depending. Just depending. Okay, that's it. This place has been fully cleared. At least I believe it has. You know what? Let me grab that plank again. Yeah, mine shafts do turn into death traps real fast. I had a character somewhat recently die in the mine shaft too. It was sad. It was Slash'em. I think it was Slash'em, yeah. All right, let's rest real quick. And now we're going to do some zoning again to loot real quick. So let's set up an unsorted zone. Excuse me. Okay, and we'll set up a custom zone inside of the unsorted. So this is just a way of looting really quick. It's a way of automating the loot function so that I don't have to go through every single square and like loot everything. Now it's just going to put it all into one or two piles, and I can just look at the pile instead of having to go through every one of these corpses or every one of these desks, you know. This just speeds up the process. It does take time, though, so I have to accommodate for that. Taking the Psychopath perk stops you from receiving the debuff for killing dissecting kids. I think, yeah. Let's see. You like those blunt weapons, VV? They are very helpful. All right, is that everything? Sometimes they don't get it all looted because they're lazy. No, see, they left stuff sitting here. Oh, yeah, we left a bunch of stuff sitting there. Playing this game as a cow. You can mutate into a bovine. I think that is a viable mutation path, is the cow path, but there's some restrictions for mutating into those large creatures. Well, anything you mutate into is going to have some kind of restriction. All right. There's benefits and downsides to the mutation process. Okay, so now, yeah, everything that was in that mine shaft is now in these two piles right here. And we can just hit F3 and look at everything in one go. So I'm really hoping to find a hacksaw. If we found a hacksaw right now, I'd be very happy. There's some glow sticks, my favorite. Mortar and pestle. I will take the multi-tools. And what do the binoculars trade for? $5? Yeah, we'll take those for trading purposes. Not seeing a hacksaw, though. Nope. No hacksaw. But that's okay. Let's pick that up. Let's keep looking. Yeah, there's a lot of clothing here from the corpses. I wouldn't mind one of these gas masks, but they're all dirty. Steel jerry cans, a gallon jug. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab those jerry cans and any containers, basically. There we go. All right, so we got 2 jerry cans. We're going to fill those up with diesel. Beautiful. There's a little bit left there, but not much. And let's take it. Where's the hell's my car? Wait, where did I park? Oh, I parked too far. All right, hold on. Let's go move the vehicle. Hey, what's going on there, Yamil? How you doing, my friend? I'm going to wear my backpack again. And we can delete this note. There we go. All right. Let's move. Me and the cat. Me and Button. So like a werewolf situation, but you can't change back. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Stop. All right, so we're going to refill. And then whatever we didn't use there, let's just put in our trunk. Actually, I probably don't have room in the trunk, do I? That's not going to fit there either. God damn. Area's full. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I probably have some stuff in these spaces that I don't need. Let me just take a moment here to go through this inventory stuff. I do have a steel drum with 144 maple syrup in it. You know what? I might be able to just install that onto the vehicle itself. Maybe not. No, won't let me. I can still install a boat hole, though. Let's get that installed. Oops. Oh, we're getting close. We're almost ready to start floating. We're getting there, people. That is a lot of maple syrup. I need it for trading. I won't waffle now, but waffles are a hassle. Let's see. Okay, I got the jerry can. We got one jerry can with diesel. Let's grab this. Diesel fuel and napalm in this game. I'm not... Yeah, I don't know. I've actually never thought about napalm. You know, actually, I have thought about napalm. That's right. Because it's needed as a fuel or ammunition for flamethrowers, which are in the game. So, yeah, there's got to be a way to make it. I probably just don't know the recipe for it yet. But, all right, so we got all the diesel here. Let's leave a note to ourselves saying gas only. So there is gasoline at this spot. Let me just look at these one more time. Sometimes it's good to look a couple of times at this list of goods. So there is a lot of stuff here. It's easy to pass up on things. Are there any nails? Take those water purification tablets. All right, that's pretty much everything there. God, yeah, I desperately need a hacksaw, people. But you know what? If we get to the refugee center, I bet you they'll have a hacksaw for sale. Maybe even a reciprocating saw. Ooh, look at that, a book. Almost missed that. And some prescription stimulants. Some Mary Jane. Yeah, look at this. I missed a bunch of stuff. Chocolate-covered coffee beans. Let's go. All right. Become dragon. Let's see. Yeah, there are flamethrowers. I've never actually used one, believe it or not. I've got my hands on them before, and then I'll, like, stick them in my car. But the ammunition is so hard to come by that I'm always like, I don't want to use it. I don't want to waste it. And then I'll just end up dying or something, you know. Wait, what was I going to do here? So let's eat some old butter, some old apples, some old yogurt. Clam chowder, coffee beans. Okay. I think we really need to focus on... Oh, I left the doors open. My cat almost got out. I can't believe I can't fit a jerry can. Okay, hold on a second. Let me empty some crap out of here. Bleach. that's 294. Guess I don't need these crappy books. Okay, that's 292. Not yet. Sorry, just going to do some inventory management here to get this sorted out. I'm just desperately doing everything I can to avoid getting rid of my maple syrup, which really is what's dominating the whole trunk, but I can't. I can't get rid of it. I need it. All right, that should be enough. Nope. God damn it. Let's try the other one here. Don't need the meat cleaver. I do have a lot more stuff in this side. Okay. Yeah. I am such a pack rat, too. I will keep just stuff that I don't need at all. I'll just keep it around for days and days and days. Completely useless. I do have some nails in here. Oh, we got a bunch of cans and crap, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, that should be enough. No, it's still not enough. God damn it. Well, you know what? It's staying here. Okay, let's just get situated here, people. Enough playing around. It's time to get serious. Let's check and see what these cars have in them. Okay, no food. Here we go. A little bit of food. Dehydrated lobster. Let's go. Oh, what's this battery right here? Motorbike. Weak. Yeah, I've got a bunch of bottles, maple syrup. Just put it in the tank. No, the tank is full. Oh, wait. I know what you're saying. The bottles, consolidate those into the tank. Yeah, that would probably work. Hold on. Let's come back over here. I want to look at wooden boat holes. Ah, missing nails now. So let's come into this little office space. There's still nails in here to be had. See, it's only 12:30. We're going to deconstruct some doors. Doors and door frames often give a good amount of nails. Yeah, that was 36 nails right there from that one door. You imagine being so desperate for nails that you just start disassembling doors and stuff? Okay, let's try that one. Beautiful. All right. See what that does for us. Boat hull. All right. Do I have empty steel jerry cans? Were there empty ones? I have some that are filled with gasoline. I don't know if I had any that are empty. Why is it not sorted? Oh, shit, I just screwed that up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a sec, I just messed something up. Let's install this boat hull real quick. Oh, that did it. That brought us up. We can float. It's official. Like I said, we'll probably want a bit more, and I actually think I might have just dumped a bunch of stuff onto the concrete. Yeah, I just emptied out my trunk, so we're not quite there yet. We still need more boat holes. I just made a mistake. All right, just got to put this all back here. Trunk, there we go. All right, now we're loaded up, and yeah, now we will sink again. So we need a couple more. We just have like 2 or 3 more boat holes to go, and we should be good. Let's see. I do have some car batteries that could go in there. That's true. Yeah, those will work being installed. That'll help. Wait, did I damage them? How did they get damaged? Did you see that? Oh, no, they're fine. Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah, we got 3 batteries. That'll make room. That'll make room. Also, once we get this thing floating, then we're going to be able to get to the refugee center at that point. And I should be able to empty out the trunk pretty good. That's when we're going to start really doing some looting and selling. We'll finally be able to get some welding going too, so I'll be able to increase the amount of stuff that this car can carry. Okay. Okay, let me just grab my nails, because I know I saw some nails in here. Nope, not that one. What? There we go. All right, close the trunk. Okay. Really, I think we just need one more. Ah, now I need more planks. Those we have, though. Okay, it's 5:30 p.m. I think we can get this thing floatable, go to bed, and then in the morning we'll be able to set out on our journey, people. We're going to do it. It's going to happen. All right, let's install the boat hull. Boom. Yep, technically we are now above the water line. We have positive clearance, but I would feel much better with like 1 or 2 more. But we do need some cargo spaces, yeah. Let's see. Okay. I don't think I have enough nails, though. I might. Let's try one more real quick. Without too much headache here. Yeah, there's been times where I'll soup the entire vehicle out with boat hulls, just make it like super floatable, but we're not going to do that this time. Just 1 or 2 over the clearance level. That should be good, at least for now, till we start adding more weight to this thing. If I want to add things like turrets or spikes to it, then we'll need more boat hulls. But look at this. All right, 7 p.m. We are installing the final boat hull. No, I'm out of nails, I think, now. Yeah, so I don't have enough nails. Let's go grab some nails. It's back and forth, people. It's never ending. Oh, we got some tables. So I'm now, because we're about to lose the light, now I'm going to pop a glow stick, and I won't get interrupted as I'm disassembling this, because we'll have the light of the glow stick to work by. See? There we go. All right, let's take a drink. Let's fill up on water, and we're getting weary, but we do have light to see by. See, with the glow stick, you can do everything from read to practice to work on your vehicle. All right, so install boat hull. Beautiful. All right. Now I will drop it because I don't need to carry it around for the rest of the night. We're very weary, but we're going to hit the sack. Like I said, first thing in the morning, we're setting out. You guys are going to see the Jesus mobile. All right, close that window up. Save it, save it, save it. We'll go a full 9 hours. Just get her tip-top shape for the morning. Boat hole and butthole died. You know, Fossil, that's not the first time. Yeah, we had a few streams where I used to joke like that a lot. But the boat hole and butthole, it comes up. It comes up. Yep, I'm definitely in love with boat holes. Boat holes. Okay, get it right. No, but it is funny. All right, it's 5:30 in the morning, people. Time for a little breakfast. We don't have a lot. It's going to be... Oh, how did I miss a zombie miner? What the frick? 2 miners. What? Where are these guys coming from? Oh, they did not kill my cat, did they? Okay, no, the cat's still alive. Whew. All right, there's zombie miners coming out of nowhere. Maybe did I miss them? There was a risen miners. I bet that I missed them. Let's see if they happen to have a hacksaw on them. I need a hacksaw. Codeine. Oh, it's not a hacksaw, but that's almost as good. 7 codeines. That's huge. That's so huge. All right. Did I check this one? Oh, no. Look. Damn. It's got an extension cord and everything in that car. Cool mint-flavored nicotine pouches. Let's go. So that one had a bunch of food in it. We're getting real lucky. Although, No Hope is not set to its most difficult level. I will say that. Okay, I wasn't able to fit all that stuff in the seat. You didn't drop it, did you? No, okay. All right. Engine is started. We've got 98% fuel in this baby. We are strapped in. I've got my kitty cat with me. Let's put the spear away. Yeah, we got some cool mint. Let's go. Cool mint nicotine pouches. Who doesn't want that, right? Oh my God. Now, I quit nicotine a couple of years back, and I never regretted it, my friend. Sometimes I think about smoking a cigar once in a while, but I never consider cigarettes anymore. I'll tell you that much. Okay. Oh, Zeke, I think you're fully geared to take on some mechanical bosses. Nice, nice. All right, so I'm going to hop up and use the bathroom real quick, guys. Just take a very short break here, but don't worry, the stream is going to continue. We're not going anywhere, so just take this opportunity to grab a refreshment, get you guys something to drink. Remember, stay hydrated too, but don't go anywhere because I will be right back, everybody. All right, we are back. We are back, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Hello, hello. No, don't fall asleep, VV. We're still here. We're alive. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me today. Appreciate you guys very much. Welcome, welcome. All right. Okay, so let's get on the move. Now, here's our goals. See, since we haven't looked at the map in a couple of days, the refugee center is right here. Now, I don't know if there's going to be an easy southern entrance via this river, so it could be that all this work on the boat hulls was for nothing, a total waste of time. No, no, no. Even if there's no connection, although I think it will make it easier, the way to the forge is definitely going to require some boat hulls. See this? Yeah, you can't see it but very well, but there's a massive lake all the way here. But let's see. The bridge. Yeah, but I mean, VV, you've got to consider the fact that there's also a wall of forest right here, my friend. So, yeah, that doesn't help. Okay, so either way, appreciate you guys very much. Let's go. Oh, where are these zombies coming from? Thought I cleared the mine shaft. It's still here. It's still here. All right, let's move. Boop, boop, boop. All right, we are going to approach the bridge, but we can just steer right into the water. Now, I always quick save it, and I like to just double check. Yeah, it shows that we have clearance, so we should be able to just drive right into the water, people. Let's do it. Here we go. Oh, we're on the water. It's happening. We're doing it. Okay, see? We didn't sink. Haha. This is it. All that hard work and deconstructing and reconstructing of boat hulls has paid off, my people. This is it. We're on the high seas. That's right. All right, we got to avoid the pylons on the bridges, but other than that, it's pretty smooth sailing. This is what I'm talking about, man. You get this thing on the water, just makes life so much easier. And I think we are going to have a pretty good straight oh, look, there's a black dragon worm. What? Oh, so we've got a dragonling right here, wormling. This is a pretty interesting find. Now, right now, it's going to be a little bit too tough for us to take this on. I'm going to need some better magic spells or some better firearms, maybe even an NPC companion to help like draw the fire of this dragon. But, if we kill this thing in the future and drain its blood, the blood on these dragons is very, very valuable. Yep, David knows. Yep. We get a 60-liter tank and we go to butcher and drain the blood. And of course, we can take the dragon's scales and all that other good stuff, but the blood itself will sell for a great amount. But so what we're going to do is about right here. We're just going to mark it and come back, unfortunately. And it's one of the most important things to remember in Cataclysm is you don't get into these battles unless you're ready for it, unless you're prepared and stuff. Yeah, we got to be careful it doesn't see me. That's true. It could fly over here, so we'll move away from the shoreline, but yeah, you don't want to take them on unless you are really certain that you can accomplish it. You know, and a lot of times when I'm playing just a solo play, when I'm not streaming this game, I will quick save, and if I try something and fail, you know, I'll just Alt F4, cancel, you know, close the game out and just reload, you know, do some save scumming. Try and see what works, what doesn't. Of course, I don't do that so much in live streams. You know, we play it pretty straight up, but it's a single player game, you know, so if you're on your own just trying stuff out, don't be afraid to quick save and Alt F4 if the situation doesn't go the way you want it to. Scorpion nip. One thing that sucks about river travel is all these birds and crap. All right, look at this. Oh no, I think it's still, oh, it's still not going to be super easy to get up here. Damn it. And it's not because of the river, it's because of the forest. Oh! Okay, I just drove right by a pack of Migos. Yeah, damn, look at that. Damn, damn, damn. There's, yeah, it's possible we could go through the swamp. Hey, what's going on? Alexi, hello, hello. Welcome. Thanks for dropping by the stream. It's great to be with all you folks today. Yeah, we'll just approach the, oh, and a fog just set in. My visibility just dropped. Yeah, the problem with the swamp travel is not so much the water as it is the trees, because there are still going to be trees and bushes that grow in the swamp. And this vehicle is not in the best condition. Oh, shit. We got Sturges, too. Those are bad news. Those are real bad news. Ugh. Man, I can't get to the refugee center. I thought I could. We would have probably had better luck just trying to roll through these streets, go from the north then, and get down this way, hoping that this is open right here. I think it probably is, but because keep in mind too, even if this was open as a back way, let's say it could drive right up to it, the fence isn't going to be open, you know? Yeah, the orchard, that was going to be my next thing, because it's only got one line of forest on it. We might be able to squeeze through that, but I don't know. We'll just have to go over there and see. So let's turn. But it's not impossible. I'm not giving up total hope yet. Migos are a big no-no for sure. All right. Yeah, no. I think even if this forest wasn't here, I would still have a real tricky time trying to drive through the apple orchard. And it wouldn't be super effective going back and forth. So, oh crap. All right, we're just going to back out. But like I said, it's not totally hopeless. We got to avoid these Migos. Actually, hold on. Military. That could be really interesting. How many Migos were there? Was there like 4 of them there, or was it just one Migo? I wouldn't mind looting a little military spot. Some corpses. Feral soldier. Where are the Migos at? 2 zombie soldiers and a feral. Oh, I think they killed the Migo. Yeah, they did. They did. There's guns here. I can see one on the ground right there. This feral's probably got a gun on him too. Okay, the zombies are almost dead. The feral is injured, but he's still got most of his life. I could whip out my rifle, but I've only got 17 shots on it. I think we should maybe give it a try. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull away. Stop the car. Let's close her up. Let's wield as the gun. I'm really just worried about this feral. The zombies themselves shouldn't be too much trouble with our spear, considering they're so badly injured, even though they are wearing military-grade stuff. Alright, there's the feral. Let's go for some precise shots. Can't see him. Missed him. Missed him. Hit him for 29 damage. He called me a bastard. Oh, you appreciate the videos? Well, thank you, Sonny. Thank you. Hey, the man in the hills. Thanks for subbing, brother. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, too, Sonny, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try and answer as best as I can. All right, so 34 damage. He's almost dead. Now, if I'm looking at him, the way that I can tell that is his little bars. See, this indicates his health. If he was at full health, he would have 5 little vertical green bars there. But this indicates he's almost dead. So, yeah, this is actually not a zombie. This is a feral human being. So he's just insane, basically. They can still talk. Why would this feral have the Magicalism tag? I don't know. That's a good question. Huh. He does, too. Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I wouldn't expect him to. All right, so what we're going to do is try and just run away, because I think he's just going to bleed out and die. But don't forget, because I shot that gun, yeah, those 2 zombies, they're coming in to investigate that noise that we just made, so... Okay, he just died. Okay, so let's put away the rifle. I'm going to wear it, and I'm going to wield the spear. Okay. Yeah, let's take out these zombies now. Thank you, Captain. All right, let's take this guy. All creatures are modified by Magicalism, so they all have the tag. Thanks, Edvard. Edvard is definitely our resident expert. One of them for sure. All right. I'm doing no damage to this thing because of its armor. So that but despite the fact that it is badly injured, I'm not doing much with my spear here. Okay, that time I hit him. But he grabbed me. Trying to play it safe here, because, I mean, we're not badly injured. We're not in any kind of pain, but, you know, caution, caution, caution. Yeah, so these soldiers obviously have better, like, armor than just a civilian would. Oh, crap, I do not want to fight 2 of them at the same time. We're just going to kite him around. Yeah, you know, Captain, I'm trying to save the bullets. These 13 bullets are literally the only bullets I have. Yeah, we're only on day 8, and this location is only the 2nd spot for any kind of guns that I've found. One of the reasons I wanted to stop and go through this effort right now, because I haven't seen much in the way of bullets. So you're right, I could shoot these guys dead pretty quickly, but I'd prefer to use melee. All right, let's try and get him on this rook. Okay, that's what we don't want, is to get grabbed and then be exposed to both of them. Okay, we're in minimal pain now. God damn. Uh-oh. Okay. Now we're in mild pain. Yeah, these things are much harder to kill than I would have thought. But it's almost dead. It's almost dead. Yeah, I forgot. We should use our spells, shouldn't we? Hold on a second. 75% chance of failure. Put the spear away. It's probably not going to work, but... Failed it. Let's sprint and get a little distance. Whoops. There, that worked. It didn't... I don't think it did anything, did it? Oh, wait. It put a debuff on him. What did the debuff do again? Oh, it's got ethereal hold. Okay, okay. Now's our chance. Go in quick with the spear. Damn it, I got grabbed. I don't know. The ethereal hold doesn't seem to hold him very well. All right, we're having issues here. We're done. We're done playing around, people. Ah, shit. Okay. Was that 3 bullets? Had to do it. It was getting to be a little bit too painful. All right, let's go ahead and eat real quick. Some medicine and bandages. All right, yeah. Hopefully we can replenish some of our lost ammo here. Let's just find out. What do you got on you? Very good, very good. 4 bullets, 2 grenades. Oh, those are getting favorited right there. Entrenching tool. We'll take the MREs. He's got a U.S. bayonet. All right, pretty decent. And he's got a rifle, too. Awesome, awesome. Did I get everything? No. Let's grab that. I'll go ahead and grab the radio for trading purposes as well. All right, let's get this guy, too. Very nice. Another gun, another grenade. Oh, these grenades are lifesavers right here, people. And we're getting a decent amount of food, too. Those MREs are nothing to sneeze at. All right, we'll grab the knife. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and drink the water that this guy has in his canteen. Thank you, Mr. Corpse. Now, where was that feral? Okay, hold on. Okay, it's down here. What is that? Okay. That's just a stone. Where was the feral? It was down here by the car, I think. Oh, yeah. This guy's got it all. And none of his stuff is tainted because he wasn't technically a zombie. Now, he doesn't have a gun, but I think his gun is laying on the ground. So we're definitely taking the rucksack. I'm just going to wear this stuff real quick so we can get out of here with this. I'll take those knee pads. I'll take the helmet. No, I don't know. It's not a good fit for us. Yeah, that is a pretty good haul. Except now I can't really keep any. I don't have the inventory space here in my trunk. Hold on. What are we looking at? All right, we should be able to fill some of this stuff up here. All right, and let me go ahead and take off the rucksack. I can probably leave the belt on, though. Do I have a belt previously? I don't think I do. Don't need that scarf either. All right, can I just drop this here? Yes. Not bad. We got some decent food. No. All right, let's close the trunk so our kitty cat doesn't go anywhere. Now, let's see. Check the Feral's ballistic vest. Okay. I sure will. Yeah, we'll have to check it after this. Make sure the car's still floating. Oh, let's see. I like this shirt he's got. Combat shirt. Oh, the ballistic vest +4. It's got some compromised plates in it, but we could still definitely take it. I will drop the plates out of it, though. And we'll be looking for more of those plates, but... Yep. All right. Please be aware that something might be going on with small office buildings. In mind over matter, keep an eye out. Okay, I'm sorry if I missed your post earlier, buddy. All right, so one final spot to check. Boom, look at that. Ooh, 25 bullets. Let's go. Hold on. M4 carbine versus the AR-15. What do we want? That versus that. So this is definitely heavier. It's bigger and heavier. It has less damage to it. It's got a greater dispersion, recoil. I think we stick with the AR-15. The only thing is this does have a red dot sight on it, but we might be able to just take that off. I think what I'm gonna do then is unload it. We'll reload our AR-15, but we're still gonna take it for sure. That's still coming with. And we got a Me-Go here. What time is it? Let's go ahead and dissect it. About the armor. Oh, you mean because of the plus on it? Yeah, that just means it's got the ability to attach stuff. It's not like an enchanted item. All right, so that was it. That was a good find. I mean, we got more ammo back. We got more weapons, but I need to really stop looting now because I do not have the room in this car. We have to get to one of the places we can trade. Start getting rid of this stuff. So here's what I'm thinking. We're going to backtrack over the river, through the woods, all the way back over here by New Ipswich. And I might look into running the gambit here. I mean, it shouldn't be impossible to get through this little area. And, you know, if we could find like a golem or something along the way that we can use to help us clear, that would be magnificent. We'll just have to play it by ear. We'll get over there first. Hopefully we won't be in serious pain anymore. Let me check the vehicle. Yep, we're still able to drive on the water. Quick save it. Grandma lives in New Ipswich, apparently. Enchantments only go up to +2. Is that right? Yeah, it could be. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen any +3s. EI says, yes, you can, but could be. Maybe you have to make those yourself. All right, let's go. You know, one thing I've never explored is a shipwreck like that. I wonder if it'd be worth checking a ship. Here I am. I literally just said I have to stop, like, looting stuff because I don't have room, and now I want to loot more. Okay, so we've got razor claws over here. Man-sized crustacean clad in iron-like chitin capable of emitting horrible shrieking noises. That's coming from the shipwreck, so I'm thinking that's a no-no. Yeah, the forge is... Or, I'm sorry, the shipwreck, I don't think that's a viable spot for us to be looting right now. It's a bit above our character's pay grade. Alright. Let's go. Some dispute about the forge and what they sell. Unfortunately, we're not close enough to confirm or deny that yet, but we'll get there. You're going to have a tough time in Project Zomboid. The loot goblin tendencies are just as bad. Yeah, I did a little bit recording in Project Zomboid yesterday, and my goal for that video was just to focus on combat, just practice fighting, you know, practice. And it was hard at times. Like, I had to pull myself away from cabinets full of food and, you know, bookshelves full of magazines and manuals, but... it's fun. You know, I figure I got to get that solid foundation established in combat, you know, just getting good with the controls, getting comfortable before I can really... Oh, here we go. Whoa. Owlbear. It's kind of far. I don't know if I can kite this owlbear across this field. Where the hell was it? It's going to be choking on my smoke the whole way, too. Where was it? Oh, there. I just saw it. Where you at, little guy? All right. Owlbear, hostile. Now, see, if we could track this owlbear all the way down to this city, he will take out a few zombies for us, clear the way. He's pretty quick. Actually, I can drive at a steady 4, and he's keeping up. Actually, he's fucking gaining. Holy Christ. Driving 4 miles an hour, that owlbear was chucking it. He's like, I'm coming to get you. All right, now I'm going 8, and he can't keep up. Why don't you come get a mouthful of my exhaust, little owlbear? That'll slow your ass down. Oh, this is a real touch and go kind of a game. All right, so I've got to kite this guy from here all the way to over here. We can do it. This is what it's all about, people. This is how you beat the game right here. This is Cataclysm's end game. This is it. Alright, come on, Owlie. Just don't leave the trunk open, Calico. What's its name? Button? Don't leave the trunk open, Button. Now, there is a portal dead ahead, too. I gotta be careful not to drive through this portal here. Okay, there he is. Lost him for a second in all the fart smoke. Okay, what's going on? Oh, crap. I drove a little too close to this town here, didn't I? Owlbear might get distracted. Don't get distracted by the lizard folk. God damn it, he got distracted. Oh, he's going into the wrong town. I think he got injured. Yeah, he got a little injured from that lizard folk. Don't go into that town, dude. Damn it. Okay, he's back on me. We're back. We're back in action, people. Let's go. Through the bushes. Through the long grass. Poor little owlbear's bleeding out now. Maybe it's not worth it if you can't handle one zombie without bleeding. What's the point in even bringing him? Let's go. He's going real slow through that grass. Oh, there's Zombiworks. Oh, wait a second. Hey, buddy, why don't you help me kill these Zombiworks instead? Oh. Yeah, take those out. Change of plans. Kill the Zombiworks. This smoke, dude. A little donut. Alright, let's see if the... Oh, he just took one out. He's got one down, people. Oh, I just killed him. No, never mind. Alright, well, there goes the owlbear. See, it wouldn't have worked out for him anyway. He would have been able to kill like 2 zombies, and that was it. We had to try it, though. Alright, let's go around this portal. There's probably some stuff at the portal that could take out a few zombies, but there's no way in hell I'm going to try and kite a flaming eyeball across the map. Change the sandbox setting to be fully creative. Just focus on controls. Sounds like more work than it needs to be, whereas I could just load up a game and practice, right? Alright. Here we go. Yeah. A clay golem or an iron golem or stone golem would be better, but there's no guarantee. See, the thing I'm most worried about is this car is not in great shape. There's a couple of frames here which will drop off if I hit too many zombies, so I don't know if we can make this. And the bad thing about it is, you know, it's like climbing. At a certain point you commit to it and you can't turn around, you know. You just gotta go. And we're almost to that point. But another good thing too is if I'm able to get through this once. Oh, there's a warg down here. Okay. This is good news. We got a warg. He's not paying any attention to me, but he's rampaging through some zombie flesh. I like to see that. Okay, let's slow it down. Let the warg just do his job. Okay, he's going into the buildings. Yeah, there's a bunch of zombies coming up now from the south. There's 2 dwarf zombies right here. Right between where I need to go. Yeah, I found it was an iron golem once that shot like poison out of its mouth. It was crazy, but that was my best friend, dude. I used that golem to clear like half of its city before. Yeah, the golems are awesome. Alright, let's see. Okay, here we go. So I actually think if I turn towards the warg, these zombie... Oh, God. Now we're getting a big group of them. We're getting a big group here, people. Okay. Let's flip back around to smoke, dude. Let's go. Okay, the zombies, they're going for the war. Good job. Good job. All right. Just driving. It's a little cruise. Just a casual cruise through the neighborhood. Okay, we got zombies coming. Okay, we got to go straight here because we still got a street to get through. Okay, a couple zombies. Oh, crap. All right, there's a gap to the left here. Okay, okay, there's a lot of zombies ahead of me. I'm going to have to squish one of them. Actually, this is going to be touch and go. Yeah. Oh, okay, one of them. Oh, I just broke part of the car. Yeah, I lost that front windshield right there. So that's open right now. Zombies or hornets or wasps could get into that. But we're not going to let them. Whew. All right, we did it. Look at that. Okay, we made it. And it's open. There's a moonshine still. I love it. All right, let's go. But that was just one trip. I mean, ideally, I need to come back through this area again and again. You know, we want to return here with a bunch of loot and be able to trade with these people, do missions, and return with the... Oh, an irradiation plant. There could be some food in there. But for now, I'm just doing a quick sweep, checking out this field. Okay, what's around us? Okay. Huh. Got a few zombies over here in this camp, but... I don't think it's worth stopping for those guys. Okay, we should get the achievement here. Potions are not doing anything for you on your current run? I think they should. I've used potions before. Yeah, we used a potion in a recent run, and it worked. It was like a potion of spears. I can't remember exactly, but saved my butt. Oh, really, Windaflatus? It'll have solar panels all over it, huh? Oh, let me note that, because I'll forget about that. That's good to know. Yeah, good to know. You know what? I've never tried to trade a solar panel before. Do you think those trade for anything? I'm curious. Oh, well. All right, so stop the car. Bam. Here we are. We've done it. The refugee center. Yay. Hello, smokes. So now we just got to empty the trunk out and maybe some of the stuff in the front and do some trading here. So a little bit of quick inventory management, but this should go a little bit faster. Let's see, I think I want to sort by category. Yeah. All right, sell those. Sell that. The guns. I'll just sell that too. All right, here's where the booze, any booze we have or syrup gets sold. We're about to unload some serious maple syrup on these people. They don't even know what they're in store for right now, people, let me tell you. All right, Edvard. Hope you have a good day, buddy. That work thing's a pain. Well, I hope work goes better for you, my friend. All right, so these maps are really good for selling. Martial arts book, I'm going to keep that for sentimental purposes. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Multi-tools, those get traded. Here we go. Maple syrup. Goodbye. Metal tank and steel drum. Oh man, we better be able to get some what's it called? Welding stuff. Yeah, they better have some. Okay, good. Doesn't seem like a lot, but hopefully that'll give us enough stuff. Damn it. I screwed that up. Hold on. Okay, stop. You know what? I think I still have some stuff in the front seats too, don't I? Hold on. Let's check these here. Take the nicotine. And that. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Those. Yes, as far as I know, Vivi, the Denarius still reveals the forge, but you have to be standing on a road. You can't just do it anywhere. You have to activate it on a road. All right, let's grab that too. Oh, I guess I should take that and favorite it. All right, that's good. Let's trade. So we're looking for an arc welder and some kind of saw here. Let's talk to Smokes. Yeah, so for anybody who's unaware, this is the refugee center. It's one of the central places to come to do a bunch of trading. There's not a lot of spots like this. That's why we spent basically the whole first part of the stream just trying to get to this location. Because not only is there trading here, but there's a bunch of quests we can do, which will further the storyline and give us a lot of benefits. So this is just a really important place to be. And all right, let's trade. So she's got ammo, guns. Excellent. Oh, she got a hacksaw and an arc welder. Let's go. Exactly what we needed. Oh, she's got the reciprocating saw too. I'm grabbing both of those. Look at that. Our debt is only $14. I love the refugee center. All right, let's trade. Look, she's willing to pay $35.88 for the carbine alone. I should probably empty these 9x9 millimeters out of the guns, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to sell, sell, sell. We're selling like crazy. Yeah, so even though we can afford this, I'm going to get as much credit up here as possible because we're going to spend it all. Trust me. We're spending all the credit. Look at that. That entire steel drum of maple syrup, it's only worth $50, sadly. They don't accept human bead anymore. No, that's too bad. Can't cheese it that way. But, okay. We'll sell them the cigarettes, the nicotine, the scribbled scrolls. The maps are really good for trading. And I think that's about it. Yeah. Okay, so we've got $282 of credit. Sounds like a lot, but it's really not. We are going to have to come back here again. So that covers the saws and the arc welder, but there is something else. Yeah, you can drink the maple syrup consolas, but it's just empty calories. It gives you no vitamins. It's like eating cracklins, you know. It'll fill you up, but you're still going to eventually die if that's all you eat. But we could drink it, yeah. And I think it actually does have a mood boost on it too. So I'm going to grab the stack of nails. We've already seen how valuable nails are in the apocalypse. So we'll grab those, and you can tell it's only like $20 worth. Now, another thing we need is this brazing rod. So you can have all the arc welders and torches you want, but without the actual little rods, you can't do any welding. So I'm going to buy 1,000? No. 1,000 maybe? Yeah, we'll buy 1,000 brazing rods. And I'm going to buy some of this welding wire too, but let me just look through the rest of her items. She's got a lot of clothing. I have not sold anything to her. She got a bunch of clothing. All right, so yeah, let's grab some of these welding rods then too. welding wire. We'll do another 1,000. Beautiful. So now we've just got $8 left, which, let's see if we can afford. So I'll grab all her thread. We'll take her super glue. And I'll take those steel snap fasteners. Perfect. Exactly even. That's actually kind of rare. I've never done that before. Bam. Looks like a deal. Not too shabby. What are we sitting on? Okay, she didn't want that crap, so I'll just leave it here. I don't want it either. I can have it for free. It's a tip. All right. Very good. Let's see. Let's see. Tasty sausages, salami. Don't forget a welding mask. Oh, crap. That's right. No, you're right. You're right. She didn't have one, did she? I didn't notice that. She didn't actually have one. You're right. I can't actually do the welding yet without the mask. Maybe she did have one. She did. Oh, crap. Oh, shoot. There's definitely something we can do. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to the car real quick. Good news is my trunk space is totally empty. Why is the cat in the trunk? Get out of there, kitty cat. All right, we'll drop everything. Beautiful. Let me actually grab these magazines real quick. Those should be favorited. Beautiful. Oh, I've got this M4 carbine right here. We'll just grab that. And load it. That should be enough. I don't need to walk all the way in here. Smokes, trade with me. M4 carbine, $21. That's beautiful. Mask, let's go. Bam, we did it. I'm going to favorite the welding mask. We'll just keep that with us at all times. Woo, glad you reminded me there. Yeah, that would have been annoying. Getting all the way to the forge and being like, oh, we're ready to do some welding now. Okay, good. So, let's see. I would like to maybe stick around this area for a little while and just clear out some maybe easy spots. This is a big city. We got 2 big cities here, so there's lots of loot, but I mean, we need more welding wire and brazing rods and stuff. I'm going to need a ton of that, so I don't think we have enough. But, and once we leave this area, we're coming all the way up to here. So, in other words, we're probably not coming back for a while. You know, we might return to the refugees at some point, but yeah, we're going to set up a base up in this location for sure and just get as much magic stuff as we can. So for now, let's back out. What time is it? It's 8 in the morning. I am pretty injured though, so that's something to consider right now. Let me actually stop for a second. Okay, how's our wounds? Alright, let's bandage ourselves up here. We're not in any pain because of the coating, thankfully, but we shouldn't get into combat right now, really. Unless we have a clear advantage. Okay, but I am interested if we drive around the city a little bit. Here's that irradiation plant, but if we kind of drive around, maybe we can find something interesting like a golem or maybe even a crater that we can lure zombies into. So let's just cruise around, take a look at the situation. Okay. Going too fast. All right. I've died in those irradiation plants before. I had a blink ability, and I was using it to just bypass the locked doors, and I blinked into one of the actual radiation rooms, like where they're like irradiating the fruit, and yeah, I got killed. Right, just keep driving. Oh, I don't know if you can get the. I don't think you can get the wind turbines working. That's a good question, Jason. But I know the only use I know for these is to break into them and then use them as like a radio tower. Just climb to the top essentially and just look at the surrounding area. I I've been in them, in other words, but I don't think there's any way to actually do that. That's a good question, though. I never thought about that. That would be cool. It would be like a huge power source if you could. Oh, that's actually a neat idea because that would encourage you to basically set up your own base. You'd probably want to build like a structure right next to those. And I really like that idea now that you said that. Yeah, that could be a good like long-term goal. Build a base right next to a power or wind turbines. Irradiated sausages cost more. Yeah, it was not fun. Alright, I'm not seeing anything interesting up here. Hold on. Okay, now that's interesting. We just had a crater open up. These craters are great because we can lure zombies into them, and the zombies will just drop in, and they're basically, harmless at that point, down in a hole. But it's not in a great position, really. Let's keep looking around for some better opportunities. Right through the forest. I wish I had an NPC with me right now. Somebody who could be super impressed by my driving skills and my calico cat. Alright, we got zombies. This is another thing. I gotta be careful driving this close to the perimeter of a big city like this. You can get yourself into some serious trouble if you're not paying attention. This is interesting. We got ourselves a craft shop right here, which could have some really useful items in it. But we're not here to actually start looting just yet. Not quite yet. Just looking around. Going a little too fast. Whoa. There's alarms going off and stuff. All right. You've made a bird nest on your birdie as a... Wait, I made a bird nest as my birdie on a radio tower. Little house with pretty windows. Imagine an anvil. Yeah. All right, well, doesn't look like there's going to be too much... There's no golems. I'm not seeing any kind of craters up here, so that's unfortunate. I think what we'll do is we'll just try and get out. We'll run the gambit. Just finished pulling the supports off 3 dragons, and now I'm covered in plastic scraps. Oh, interesting. Wait, are you doing like some models or something? You know what? On second thought... let's not leave this area too hastily. Like I said, I really do need to do more trading with the refugees. I need to get more welding wire, but... Alright. Just a couple of houses would do it for us, really. So I think maybe we should come down to this little town. Oh, look at that. Hello, Mr. Stone Golem. Welcome to the freaking party, bro. Hold your horses. Alright, so we're going to do something risky. What time is it? It's 8:30 in the morning. Let's stop driving. Mr. Buttons, you stay here. Alright, this is going to be too scary for a little bitty kitty like you. Let me just make sure I've got everything. Okay, we're looking good. Got my spear on me. It's getting damaged, but we've got 2 grenades, 5 Molotovs. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this golem And we're going to kite him over towards the town. Don't you touch my cat, Mr. Golem. Stone Golem's not the top tier. An Iron Golem would be better, but I will take stone over clay, 100%. And the real benefit, the reason I keep talking about golems versus like a troll or something else, is because these things are slower. See how it says that right there? It is much slower than you. So literally just at a walking pace, I can like kite this thing around, you know? Even if I'm slightly injured and I'm not like at 100% speed, I can still outwalk this thing. Whereas like an owl bear or even a big old troll, look, he's trying to decide to go for me or the cat right now. Son of a bitch is going for the cat. You stinking bastard. Everybody's trying to get a piece of my button. Well, they're not going to. Not today. I've got this thing beat. I know how to beat the stone golem's desire for kittens. I know. Alright, you bastard. Leave my little cat alone. Close the door. That cat is very much in demand. Don't go by the cat now. Ha ha ha. Alright, we've done it. Your room looks like a dinosaur and a dragon shrine. It's funny. That's awesome. Shiny rocks. All right. Yep, let's approach. Let's go towards that craft shop, actually. Come on, Mr. Golem. I'm going to use you to collect a whole bunch of booty. You're going to be my booty collector. Let's go. You're a good wingman, Mr. Golem. Oh, and here they come. Our first group of Zeds coming into the party. So here's the trickier part. Getting our new friends, the zombies, to meet up with our old friend, the Golem, without them touching me. Oh, there's a panicked person, actually. That's what they're chasing. It's like a dance. It's like a little dance. Oh, look at him. Look at that. My little boy is grown up, taking on all the zombies. Now let's inspect him. Not even injured. Not a scratch on his little stony face. You gotta love it. It just took out 4 zomboids. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, everybody. You can go outside now. The snow is melting. Same here, my friend. It is, I think it got up to 50 degrees yesterday. Yeah, the snow has started to melt. It's absolutely fantastic. I'm loving it. I'm going to actually, I think tomorrow morning, I'm going to go out and do a little jog. I've been looking forward to that for like the past 2 weeks, cooped up in the apartment every day. Like, man, oh man, I'd love to go outside. But, yep. In fact, I think this is probably a good place to end things today. We are on the cusp of greatness, though. When we come back tomorrow for our stream, we're going to be starting off with a golem by our side. And I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. See this right here? I actually think we might find an NPC in this little tomb area. See these crosses? This is a graveyard, and there's a chance for a certain NPC named Bridget Lacroix to spawn in these little graveyards. So we might make that one of our missions tomorrow too. See if we can get old Bridget recruited on our side once again. And if you've watched my previous streams, you'll know who I'm talking about. But if you haven't, make sure you tune in. And again, check the pinned comment in chat because it's going to have my schedule for the streams coming up and stuff. But I do appreciate everybody coming by the stream today. Thank you all so much. Big shout out to the Super Chat too. Super Chatter, appreciate you. You're working a long shift tomorrow, buddy. Well, again, I'll be streaming Vintage Story on Friday and Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be doing another stream for Card Survival. And I stream 4 to 5 days a week, buddy. So don't worry. Don't worry. You'll be able to catch it. That's right. Good old Bridget. You know it. Yep. Well, thank you, everybody. Appreciate you all coming by. And I will see you all on the next one.